It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is episode 86 of Get On Up, and it is Friday the 13th. I said it. Spooky. And you are here this very Friday the 13th, live with us on Backchannel. We're here all the time. It's the only place that even happens. I try to go rogue. I'm like, I'm going to jazz it up. James, The lines are right in front of your face. And
No, you're doing it perfectly.
Let me just read it. The only place on your Echo device where you can watch and listen to live shows and chat with your host in real time. This is Get On Up. I am James Arthur M. The
And
Jam. This isn't right.
The Jam, my Jam, the Jam in our hearts and in our souls. And I am Renee. We are here every single morning at 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. Obviously, you can do the math. That's Pacific time. It's either 8, 9, or 10, depending on where you are. Jam, happy Friday. We got more. I know we got more to say. I'm happy to do it. I could pass the baton. We've got just a quick 3 more pages. Get on upwards, and then we will be on with the show. If you want to know how to get involved in the show, all you gotta do is ask. It's easy. You simply say to the chat, and then you say what you need to say. So if you can see me right now and you're watching on an Echo or a Fire TV, you just say the magic word, say, and it'll come right up. If you were listening on your Echo device, it's a whole rigmarole. You got to take yourself to backchannel.com.tv, and then you can type in the chat. But we want to hear from you, so please take that painstaking advice.
A lot of coffee. There's a lot of coffee. They want us to get every word of it. But I get it. We can't assume that everyone's like an Audra or Stacy who's been here all the live long day. I think this is probably why. Why Raymond comes in at 7:05. Raymond's like, I'm gonna get past all that stuff. I already know.
It makes the most sense. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Welcome to Stacy. Stacy, you already know how to do all the things. Yeah. And who we've got. Audra said, "Good morning, friends." Not sure how long I can say, but happy to be here. Happy Friday.
Thrilled to have you here.
Did I have a conversation with you off platform, or was that a fever dream? I had some weird dreams last night, and you might have crept into my dreams, Audra. And I hope that's not weird or creepy, but
fun.
Sharing the fact. Fun. Good. That's the response.
Yeah, it's a fun response. I think it's fun when people wiggle into your dreams. Now, puppy, let's do a little health check. How are you feeling? Did NyQuil participate in these fever dreams? Have you been able to sleep since I've seen you last? Catch us up.
Let's see. Let me see if I can do this in musical form. Let's see if I go to the musicals. Who will help me? I'm still not feeling too well. I've got other pains.
Oh, buddy, I'm so sorry. I know that's not my line. Is okay. All right.
I've got pain.
We all got pain. Moving on. Next slide.
You're still late. We've got all the pains. I just said that it may have been a separate fever dream. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. It could be. It very well could be.
Okay.
That's weird. So it was my journey. No one cares. But my journey.
No, we deeply care.
I started off
with you to be okay.
An obnoxious sore throat gone. I was like, yes, we've done it. And now it's like weird stomach pains and a little bit of like my body's a little sore, but I also went to the gym yesterday, and this is what always happens. I'm like, did I have COVID with the body aches, or am I just sore because I worked it out like a beast?
Right.
I worked it out like a beast, and so here we go.
Fair. That's really fair. I do. Man, gosh, that is real.
I'm taking tests, and they're like, no, you're fine.
And Rona's saying no. She's still saying no.
But I could be doing one of those at-home tests incorrectly.
Yeah. What I'm worried about is your particular COVID didn't study. So she's failing this test.
All the time.
She's there. But she's there. She's just not passing the test. I'm so sorry. Can I send you anything? Do you need any soup?
But I also you're so kind, but I also feel like functionable, you know? Like
Right.
it's not like
Okay.
everyone's like, "Oh, go late." I'm like, I feel like I can function." I'm like, yeah, let's go to
Yeah.
the gym. Just it
Um,
feels just like kind of like an annoying cold.
well, if you have what I had in January, which same thing, I kept testing no, but I'm positive it was good. There's no way it wasn't. It was not good. It was
Mhm.
terrible. So if you were going through that rain, I am so sorry. So
And you
sorry.
showed up to
I
do the show every day, Renee. You did.
as
Every day you did.
but incoherent. Nowhere near the level of professionalism with which you were showing up. So
Ah,
I was
it was
here, but I look like a zombie. So
play the tape. All right. Oh, I have a treat for you all. Okay.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, Sarah, get
Yes.
ready. Okay, Flashback
Yes.
Friday.
Ba-doop,
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
ba-doop, ba-doop,
Okay,
ba-doop.
yesterday, Sarah and I tag teamed this assignment because we were talking about Kim Fields' birthday. And I was like, oh, I've
Right.
done pictures. I've been Tootie before in Facts of Life. And you
Yes.
all were like Belle said to the mirror in Beauty and the Beast, show me
Show
that.
me
And
the bay.
so
Yes. Yes. Photos. Let's see. We want to
So
see,
let's look at
please.
my photos of me playing Tootie
Yes.
in a drag production of The Facts of
Why
Life for
else would we be
Flashback
here?
Friday. Okay,
Oh
there
my
she is.
god.
So there's
Oh
me as
my god.
Tootie. If you're not able to see, I've got the pigtails. I've got
Yeah.
the little vest. Okay. All right. Here's the thing. I didn't
This
quite know how to do my makeup quite yet because it's my first time doing drag. So we did a photo shoot before I learned how to do makeup yet. So there's more photos. There's more photos. So Audra said
I
I look
can't we're
amazing.
losing our mind. Audra and I and
There's the
Stacy and Doug
cast.
are
Here's
losing
the
oh my
Here's the
gosh.
full cast of them. We've got our Mrs. Garrett, we got Joe, we got Blair. That Natalie is so on point. It just looks so on it.
I
Sadly, we wanted to do a reunion, but our Mrs. Garrett, Peggy Legs, drag queen Peggy Legs, passed away about a
oh, I'm
year
so
or so ago.
sorry.
So
I'm so
yeah, just
sorry.
like the real Mrs. Garrett. I've got
Yeah.
tons of photos, so we can. I think we have some. We have more. Oh,
Y
there's me in a scene where
What?
I'm about to slap Blair. Because we definitely do it drag style. Like it's so campy, it's so over the top. We lean into the outrageousness of it. This is a scene where I go crazy and I'm about to slap her.
This is incredible. Oh, the get on upper hold on, we gotta check the channel because everyone is losing their mind. Audra, you look amazing. Now I'm somehow retroactively so upset that I missed this equally, Audra. I feel the exact same thing. You worked it out. That's what happened. Good morning, Jam and
Good.
Renee, says Doug. This is incredible. Good, good
Ah.
night. I can't even handle. This is
Oh my
amazing.
god. All right, let's go to some more. There's definitely some photos of me in skates. I know everyone was
Yes,
there's me
please.
throwing a
We would like
tantrum.
to see that.
There's
Yes.
me about which belt we're about to put onto Joe as Natalie's
Great.
eating some Doritos, making my faces. Now you can zoom. There's me in the skates. See, I came
Yep.
in
You
roller
can see him, it's
skating
right
here
there.
in this scene
How
here. Yeah.
what are you do you know how to roller skate or do you have to teach
Yeah,
yourself for
I'm
this role?
surprisingly really good at roller skating to the point where like Sarah, our producer Sarah said, "Can we get a reboot?"
Yeah,
Yeah, looking through these photos, I was like, "Oh, this would be so much fun to relive."
you
I am like
absolutely
I'm like
should.
1970s roll bounce. Like I am pretty good on some skates. I do some dance skating.
This
Um
doesn't surprise I cannot get over how good the costumes are, how good the typecasting is. This is extraordinary, Jam. Is there a video? Is there somewhere where we can watch it?
That is a great question. I don't know. This is me. I'm about to be a model. Uh-oh. This guy's
Love it.
like, Tootie should be a model. This is when Tootie becomes a model.
That
We'll
guy's
put
right.
a
Yeah,
we'll
Tootie should be
keep
a
going.
model.
Oh, this is me and my
Come on.
family. So you can see my mom is there, my cousins. I'm sitting next to my mom. There's
Come on.
we can there she is. All right. Oh, and I just made it go to the background. But there's like my whole family that came to see the show.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
I
We'll keep
love
okay.
this.
There's us
Come
behind the
on.
scenes of us filming doing the photo shoot. Yes, I'll tell you offline who this director of this photo shoot was and what they do outside. There's me
Okay.
and Natalie having a great time in school.
Truly.
I'm sorry, I put up so many photos. Up there's me and Natalie just being all cutesy together. And then I think that I'm so sorry, I'm making you all look at all of these
No, are
photos.
you kidding? This is
There's the whole
come on.
cast. There's our
How
product. There's
long
me in my jammies. There's me in my jammies, just being all shocked and surprised.
where did this run and for how long?
This was at Club Oasis, which is the
Okay.
only drag nightclub in the United States. It's here in San Francisco. I helped open this club when it first opened. I'm still
Amazing.
on my roller skates over there too. We can keep going. I think we're almost at the end. Thank you for bearing with these
Are you
photos
kidding?
of
We are
Tootie. There's me and my
loving
roller
this. This
skates.
is
And
the
then there's
best.
the face. This was like my signature face that it would just make people. I would blow out my cheeks and cross my eyes, and it would make the audience just lose their mind every time. It was so
Yes.
sitcom-y and so hammy. This is just. Can we zoom in on that face there? Is that possible? Look at that
It's
Tootie face. This is just,
perfect.
and
It's
I would puff out my cheeks just like.
absolutely.
And it would just drive the audience crazy. After any line, I'd be like, Blair, that's crazy. And then everyone was just like, oh my God,
lose their mind about it.
Tootie.
Of course they would. Of course they would. That is extraordinary. And what lump sum of money needs to show up for that to get a reboot? Because I will pay it. I will take out a loan.
There's so many
I will
episodes to explore. Because
sell my
usually
car.
what,
Yeah.
what they do at Club Oasis, they do drag versions of like Star Trek. I've had to turn down the role of Uhura multiple
Right.
times. They ask me every year, and
Sure.
I don't have time. Drag
Okay.
takes like 2 hours. Like it takes me, I'm slow getting that makeup on. It takes me 2
Sure.
hours to do
Of
that
course.
makeup, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do like drag versions of like Buffy, like all of these different shows, but they'll usually do different episodes. And we only did the Facts of Life once because I moved to New York. We only did it once. We did 2 episodes. They do like 2
That's
episodes, and people want it.
unbelievable. Man, I really want you to be able to do this though. I think you would love it. How do we carve out that time for you? Because I think it'd be really fun.
Yeah, I was going through these photos. I was like, wow, we had a really, really, really good time. It's such a
Yeah.
great cast. Pomeranian, so kind. Pomeranian said, look at you, Jam, giving Kim Field some competition. I need to see a recording of this. Oh, and I would even
Yeah.
incorporate some of her, like, so she was in Living Singles and she played
Right.
Regine, and she had this catchphrase. She would go, sucka now. And you best believe I
Best.
worked that into this show for
Of
different
course you did.
moments.
Of course you did. Absolutely. And brought down the house every time you did. Of course you did. None of this is surprising to me, but all of it is delightful to me. And I truly I'm right there with Pomeranian. We must get footage of this. I need the entire show. It can be bootleg. It's fine. I'm happy to pay a fine if
Oh my
necessary, but
God.
this is it's so good, Jam. Like I knew because I know you and I know how talented you are, but when you see the footage, you're like, oh my gosh,
This is
that should
Tootie.
be on Broadway. That's incredible. You guys look amazing.
Oh man.
Help me understand the costume design and the budget for costuming because that is not you guys
Yeah.
went to Goodwill. That is
No,
great.
yeah. We had a costume designer, Tria,
Yeah.
who's no longer with us. Not that she didn't pass away. She
She's just not with a company. Okay.
fell out. Yeah, she had
Okay.
fallen out.
Okay.
And actually, it's interesting. The sets and the budget have gone even. This is like Oasis in their first year. You can see
Right.
what they're doing now. If you're impressed with that, like the sets have
Wow.
just gone out of this world. But yeah, they just I mean, these drag queens have been doing this for decades, so they
Yeah.
know what to do. And Darcy Drollinger, who played Blair, was directed this, owns Club Oasis, and is just
Right.
a talent. Wrote and directed the movie that I also am in, that's on Apple TV and Amazon
Yes.
Prime and Hulu right now.
Right.
Beep and Champagne. I can't actually say shit
Sure.
and
Sure.
Champagne
Okay.
is the name of the movie. So if you want to watch, looking for a movie to watch this weekend,
Yes.
I should put up a little poster.
You should.
I should put a little poster if you're looking for a movie. It's on Apple TV, it's on Hulu,
Okay.
Amazon Prime. I think it's
It's
free
on
on
that too.
Hulu. Other ones you
Amazing.
want to rent it, $3. Yeah. Well,
This is
thank you.
truly incredible, and I have such a I do identify as your biggest fan, and that is like the most core thing I know about myself is I am Jam's
Sorry,
biggest
Mom. Renee's got it.
Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But I find myself like aching to figure out a way that you can do this again. It seems like you really, really enjoy it. How do we get you into a regular situation where you're doing shows?
Yeah. I need to quit my day job.
Okay.
So I
All
have
right. We
time
can do
to
that. We can
anything.
figure that out. Okay.
I think that's
All
the
right.
reason why I just physically could not be able to. And look at Pomeranian, so silly. You're so funny. Get On Uppers going to jail for watching a bootleg copy of Jam and the Facts of Life. But it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. All right. And then Stacey coming in about the rooster from yesterday, because when I take a muscle relaxer, it makes me sleepy. I think Stacey passed out in the middle of saying what Stacey was going to say.
Yeah, exactly. Those muscle relaxers are strong, super strong.
I can use one.
I love it.
All right. Well, should we take a look and see what we're getting into the
Yes,
show? Oh, Audra said that's
please.
a good reason to go to jail, Pomeranian. Y'all are so
Honestly,
crazy.
of all the reasons, what an honor that would be. Like, it's on your permanent record, but then it's an icebreaker. It's a conversation starter. Every job interview, I do see that you have a criminal record. Let me tell you how that happened. You're gonna love it.
It is the story. Oh, you all, guess what? I have picked up another one of Renee's catchphrases, as as I often do. First of all, that's our guy. So someone's coming in, and it makes them feel so special. There's our guy. I'm gonna Google Hangout at work. There's our guy. There's our guy. You know him, you love him. That's another Renee-ism that I get.
Sure.
I think I definitely said at the Marvel red carpet. Oh, Kevin Feige, you know him, you love him.
That's perfect. That's great. Also, I don't think any of these are mine. I guarantee I got them from someone.
No. These are Renee-isms, 100%. And then, oh boy, that's what I caught myself saying there. Oh boy, I typed it out to somebody at work, and I don't think I had the same
It is tough to get that context. Oh boy,
boy.
Just as a tutorial on how to say "oh boy." You just got to keep those lips as loose as possible. Oh boy,
oh boy. I found myself doing that a few times yesterday. So Renee, you're rubbing off on me in all the best ways. So keep it coming.
Well, it is a honor and a concern because you were absolutely stunning and perfect, just as you are. I feel certain that there is plenty that I have stolen from you as well. That's what happens when you're friends. You evolve. You become one.
86 times.
In a little bit. I'm gonna do it. It caught me up.
Getting into here's what I'm doing for the weekend. I'm gonna learn that dance, so that way you and I can just bust into it here.
That's so funny. Did you see? So Lizzo is okay. So real quick, what we're talking about is Lizzo's new song. Lizzo has created a dance on her Instagram, so she did it, and then everybody copied it, and then she did a corrective tutorial.
Because people were doing it wrong.
Yeah,
wow.
Because she was like, it's not D, it's beat. She's like teaching people how to clap, and she's like being a little bit more sharper with the moves. Oh, it's delightful.
Okay, well, I love it. I got a tutorial, and I have to watch somebody doing it wrong. Oh yes, from Pomeranian, you're so right. Renee also says, I love it so much. I love it so much. We love it so much. We do.
I do love it.
There's so much love flowing out from Renee. You really do. It's all the best ones.
Very, very, very. So Pomeranian, I love you. I think
Renee also says, my sweet, sweet sweeties. I need just like a t-shirt of all of Renee's things. Renee, how is this for you? I hope you're not feeling this is all done with love. But we're like, oh, Renee says this. Oh, and she also says this. And you probably don't even realize that you say these things. But
certainly do not. And I wonder if maybe this is a direct result of my very limited vocabulary.
You've got catchphrases.
You repeat it a lot. You do repeat quite a bit.
You've got catchphrases. I mean, I got yuck your yum. Oh my goddess. I mean, we've all got
it. See, exactly. Yes, that's what I stole from you. Was a yuck your yum, and I think I said it to the dog. He knew. He appreciated it.
Okay. All right. Look, if you're curious about what we're gonna get into the show, now let's start the show. So we're gonna jump into everybody's working for the weekend. We want to know, what are your weekend plans? We're doing celebrity birthday quiz, Renee's gonna lead us through it because I accidentally found all the Family Feud questions and looked at it, so I stole her segment. But she's so handling it with such grace and humility.
That is not true. I text in all caps, "You're stealing my baby." I didn't mean it. And then after I sent it, I was like, oh, I bet this read sincere. That's fine.
No, absolutely. It didn't.
I would prefer for you to host Family Feud.
No. It was so funny. It's Asia Pacific American Heritage Month. Today we're doing Patsy Mink, who we teased yesterday. We're also going to fill up the news. We're going to feel it out. It could be feel good. It could just be, how do we feel about this Friday news? We'll play Family Feud in honor of Friday the 13th. It's going to be a spooky Family Feud. And then Forget About It Friday. What are we forgetting about this Friday? I am curious. It is Friday the 13th, Get Uppers. how do we feel about Friday the 13th? Is it like, oh no, I've had some really terrible ones, or just another day? Please don't tell me. You keep talking about it. You're making it a thing. Get uppers, thoughts and experiences with Friday the 13th.
That's such a good question, Jam. Yes, please let us know. Get on uppers. I also want to know about that. You know what's so interesting? You just like sort of helped me register this is that I always dread it. I always go, oh no. Never once have I had a bad Friday the 13th. Never once.
Right.
Never once has
Mhm.
anything gone bad. And yet I still give it an oh no. I know.
Yep.
I know.
You didn't
I
even
know.
do like a body switch with Peggy. Like Peggy didn't become you, and you didn't become Peggy on
No,
Friday the
no,
13th.
flippity flop. I
Oh.
genuinely love that you know my mom's name. It makes me so happy.
Peggy and
Pomeranian,
Hank.
yeah, Hank and Peg. Pomeranian coming in with the answers. Weekend plans. Working in a dog
Oh.
rescue. Pomeranian. You are just. We're best friends. We're best friends with all the Get On Uppers. And
Mm.
attending the Addams Family musical. I cannot wait to hear what
Mm.
you think about that. Very excited.
I hope that they have found a way to shoehorn MC Hammers. They say what they want to say, do what they want to say, play what they want to play. Addams Family. Da 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 ah. They say what they want to say, do what they want to do, play what they want to play. I think that's like one of his last songs. No, he had pumps and a bump. Pumps and a bump, pumps and a bump. We want the girls with the pumps and a bump.
I love it. I don't think I am familiar with the Addams Family one, but I know I'd love it just based off your rendition of it. That sounds delightful to me. I
Y'all got
love that.
homework.
You
Y'all
gotta
got
you gotta
homework.
try it.
Man. Oh, Audra visiting friends in Philly. Yes, yes, yes. And petting some cats. Yeah, I just
I
what are you doing this
love
weekend?
you,
I gotta pet some cats.
Audra. And I think both Audra and Pomeranian may be sweet, sweet Can I Pet Your Doggers because they are giving us the inside tip in that podcast that I had, Can I Pet Your Dog? If you talked about a cat, you didn't have to put $1 in the cat jar. It was okay. You could mention a cat. It was
You just
fine. It
had to.
wasn't off the table, but there was a slight
Yeah.
penalty. So you got to put a little $1 in the cat
Mhm.
jar. So Audra, I appreciate you adhering to the rules even after the show is over. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Do I get to take $1 out of the cat jar when I tell you my roommate had a cat and I hated that cat with every fiber
Yes,
of my being?
absolutely, absolutely. So I guess this is transferred into Audra give Jam $1, I
Yes.
think. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Pomeranian talking about hoping that I hope I didn't set your expectations. Like you'll be so mad if you walk out of there and they don't play the MC Hammer version of the Addams Family song. But Pomeranian said, "Oh my god, yes!" And the whole cast should do the curtain call wearing hammer pants. They
Oh,
should
come
pay
on.
homage and
Yes,
tribute.
yes,
Give
yes,
that man his
100% yes,
roses.
please.
It's his
And
time.
then Pomeranian, I'm not noticing that we're getting carried off to jail based off watching this bootleg. So I think you're gonna have to up the ante and shout, "Play Hammer!" in the middle of the production.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Do the hammer
If you
version because you know they're gonna do the regular one. Da-da-da-da-da, snap, snap. Da-da-da-da.
Yep.
Do the hammer version.
Yeah.
Throw hammer
Yeah.
pants at the stage.
Yeah, exactly. I think
Oh
you
my
just that's the thing that I think we all have. We love the theater, but the one
God.
note we have, not rowdy enough.
No,
We're not hollering enough during the
not nearly
performance.
enough. All right, Renee, what are you up to this weekend?
Yes.
What,
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
she
Well, I want
doing?
to deeply align with Pomeranian in the theater on Wednesday, May 18th. I'm taking myself to Hadestown. Cannot wait. I'm
Ooh,
so excited. I'm
Renee, I'm so
so
excited for
excited. I
you.
can't wait. Thank you. But this weekend, hold on. I do have plans. What am I doing?
Oh
I
yeah, you jumped ahead. May 18th is still 5 days
right,
away.
right. I am tomorrow. This is the silliest plan. I'm meeting with a friend who is doing like a sketch thing, so we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna walk the dog. I'm also meeting with another friend to shop for candles at the. Do you guys have the like law of attraction store? It's called something better than
Oh
that, but it's like it's a
no.
you get a candle and on the candle it's like money, love, ambition,
Oh
hope, dreams,
yeah, yeah,
good
yeah, yeah.
things. And so she loves those. So I'm gonna take her to get a wish candle. And then on Sunday, and then okay. So while I was in Big Server, I'm get on uppers. I'm curious, and Jam, I'm curious if you're having this too. This navigation, this tricky thing of being an artist in my heart and a logical person in my brain is torture. Of I cannot handle the capriciousness of the industry. I can't do it. I can't. I have to have a regular paycheck. I have to have money. I can't. It drives me nuts. But I still want to create. So I'm trying to now have a day job within the industry, but then just do art for art's sake without
Sometimes
monetizing. I don't know if it's going to work. So anyway, I'm taking a writing class on Sunday, and we'll see if I can
that sounds
have fun with
great.
that.
It sounds like you're living the artist way, which I know that you've done. This is exactly what Julia Cameron would say that you should be doing. And like, just
Well, thank you.
also let it unfold as it unfolds. I think that you have so many great, amazing stories to tell. And
Love
I
that.
think what's nice is you're taking the pressure off of yourself for your art to help you eat. And so that pressure is off. And then you can just have the fun of it. I think give
Right.
yourself that, like, who knows where it's going to unfold, Renee. Like, and also too, Renee acts like she's not a content creator. She did a podcast for 7 years.
That's
Like,
true.
she's got a daily morning show. Like, you're in it. You're doing the industry. You're in it. Your childhood dreams. If
I
you were to
love
tell your
that take.
8-year-old self what
Right.
you do, they would be like, "What? You had a podcast for 7 years and you interviewed Lin-Manuel Miranda? Like, you have a morning show?" They would be out of their minds. So, like,
That's a good
it
point.
maybe looks different. And I'm only mirroring to you what my therapist has said to me.
Fair. Yeah.
As well. I've absolutely been there. But even like what I've realized is I have to get I guess not complete, but grateful for just where things are right now, because otherwise it'll never be enough. As I'm listening to
Right.
Viola Davis has a new book and she's on Brene Brown. And even like these are the battles that I know. I'm gonna listen to that
Okay.
audiobook.
Yeah. Can you imagine? All right.
Viola
So sorry,
Davis, and
Bob
she
Iger.
is
You're
so raw and real, and because she's also talk about it as an artist and an actor and the hurdles she
right.
had to jump through. And just listening to her talk to her friend Brene Brown, because they're friends.
Right.
She's gonna just be finally. It's gonna be, I think, one of those actor like manuals. Someone's gonna be really honest and real about how hard it is. Yes.
All right.
Really,
Okay. Great.
got
All
it.
right. Ordering.
There's also a book I recommend you reading because you said the word.
Yeah.
Logical. You should get the book, the audiobook Illogical by Emmanuel
Right.
Acho. It's like a 6
Yeah.
hour, it's like a 6 hour podcast essentially.
Yeah.
He's got some good tidbits in it. And it will
Yeah.
help kind of plant that seed of like, take that risk. See, can I be a little illogical in this moment?
I love
Goals
that.
are stupid, set objectives.
Going through a phase where for some reason self-help isn't hitting. I can't. I can't. It's too scoldy. It's too you should. But I can glean lessons from autobiographies. So this
Yeah.
Viola Davis one is great. So I'll listen to that and figure out
I
what.
will say that his book does kind of read like an autobiography, because he was this football star who he broke his leg or hurt his
Right.
foot leg and had to bounce back. Like his life had to go in a different direction.
Oh,
He's
interesting.
also like a
Okay.
host. And so you kind of hear, I think as a host, you'll kind of pick up some like just hearing his journey. There were certain things.
Right.
And he gives you, what I love is he doesn't give you like homework at the end of chapters. He just gives you tips. He's like, yeah, try
Right.
this. And I kind of like that.
love
I'm like,
it.
oh, I don't have to write anything down or do the journal work. Like, perfect.
This is amazing. And listen, we've been blabbing and I've missed so much. And there's so much good stuff in the chat. Okay, Doug is told us where. Okay, hold on. Just a second. Just a beat. Okay, scrolling up. Okay, so Pomeranian saying, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Hadestown. We need to do Theater Thursday. I love that. Yes, we will absolutely
Make
do
a
that.
note. Make a note.
Okay, and then Stacey saying, Jam, when you come back, you have a very nice shirt and it matches your eyes, and that is very true. Doug is saying that Saturday is a rest day for you, and Sunday you'll be working the second shift at the police department. I love it. Very, very good. I think rest days are incredibly important. Audra Big Sur, like, yeah, Audra, we gotta, you know what we should do? Are we ready for a Get On Uppers retreat? Is that something we can do where we all take ourselves to Big Sur? I would love it. And you're exactly the people that I would love to go with. Audra also saying, yes, Renee, artist versus logic is an identical problem. We're going through the same thing. I want to make art all the time so bad, but the industry is garbage. Yep. And I think it also is that tricky thing of the whole point of making art is the creation and the thing without limitation. But then you have this urge to monetize it. And so then you do start letting like, oh, what if I do it this way, if I do it that way? And it's just a blah, blah, blah. I've been taking improv classes, Audra. I can't wait to hear about that. I want to know everything. Stacey, you got your hat on. I love it. Pomeranian, can you tell us more about the writing class? I sure can. Stacey, Stacey's ready for birthdays. I gotcha. Theater Thursday. Yes, a retreat. Great. And okay, great. We're ready. We're ready. We're
We did
ready.
it.
We're
Thank
ready.
you
We're ready.
so much.
I love
I'm
it.
just gonna be very honest with everybody.
Yes.
I have had so many fluids because remember, I'm not feeling too well.
Yeah.
I got pain. Yeah.
Funny.
We all got pain. We all got pain. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Anyways, so I took like an emergency. I drank
Yeah.
coffee. I had this smoothie. It's just so much liquids in my body.
Okay.
But,
Well, anytime you need to pop on out. But while you were gone, we did decide that we're gonna have the
oh,
first get on a first
oh, I
retreat.
heard. Oh, I heard the
Okay.
whole thing. I heard the whole thing.
Um.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Audra, I love you so much. Audra, I'm like, I'm not feeling too well. I've got pain, Audra. We've all got pain.
I love it. I love it.
love it. Okay.
Audra, and your uncle in Agora Hills, your real quick tangent on Agora Hills. I used to be into running. I hope I get back to it at some point. And so my very first half marathon was in Agora Hills because it was close. And I was like, well, I guess I'll do that. I did not pay attention to the hills part. And those hills are mountains. And there
Oh,
is one point within
no.
the race where you are literally like, you have to use your hands to climb up these boulders.
No, is
For
this
my
Tough Mudder?
very
Jesus.
first half marathon. It's just it was delightful to me. And I had made a goal at that point. I was just like, the steps can be as slow as but you cannot stop running. So I'm on these like boulders, like jumping but moving nowhere. Because I mean, like just walk, Renee. Just walk and climb for a little bit. Just absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Audra with the
Yeah.
jokes. Agora, not flats. It's not Agora Hills. Agora, not flats.
It's
Now you
not
know.
fun.
You know. Okay. It
Delightful.
is time for happy birthday, celebrities.
Yes.
Sarah, do we have the song? Do we Sarah, do you have the
Sarah ready?
happy
Is Renee
birthday
ready?
celebrities?
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday celebrities.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday. Okay,
Let
well, I
me
guess that'll
see
have
if
to do
it'll
for
play.
today.
Okay. All right. Well, we did it. Anyways, we'll figure it out. We're trying to figure out how to play the song. It was recommended to us by Raymond to just play the song because Raymond was tired of hearing us sing it.
And Raymond's
it was
not wrong.
It was a
Raymond
great
is
idea. We
making
had
a
to
valid
dance.
point.
It was great. But Renee, you're gonna
Yes.
handle celebrity birthday quiz
I sure
today. So
am.
y'all, Renee is gonna ask us some questions about some celebrities who were born today, and we're gonna work as a team to guess the right answer. So you just go, if you're on your Echo device, say, I think the answer is cheese pizza, and we're like, great. The answer was 4. We're looking for 4.
Terrific.
What was the
Absolutely
question
terrific.
then?
Okay, are you ready? The very first birthday that we are celebrating today, Friday the 13th,
Ooh.
is actor Robert Pattinson, turning
Okay.
35 today.
Love Robert Pattinson. Look at this. They said, I'm not tired of hearing you guys sing. I love it. Well, we appreciate that. I'm glad that
Very
Stacey didn't come in and say, if there's one thing I can't stand, it's you two singing that birthday song. It seems like this is one thing you can stand. So we love
Right.
it. All right.
Thank you.
Oldie but a goodie.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
I don't have a happy birthday, but I have.
I can give you this. Would that help? Could you guys work with that? I absolutely love it. Beyond
We're like,
measure.
time for celebrity birthdays. You are the love of my life. 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 You can't play that song
Yes.
and expect me to not go into dun 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 dun. You are the love of my life. Okay. All right.
Of course. No, thank you. And I think everyone is hoping that that would be exactly what followed based off playing that
I got
song.
to
And
see.
then 5 minutes of me singing along.
I love when I get to see glimpses of Renee as a babysitter, and she's like, he'll tucker himself out. I'll just let him run around. I'm done. No more. Got
Okay.
it. All right.
No, that's
I'm gonna take a little
absolutely.
coffee break, and this is a great way to spend 5 minutes.
Delightful. Okay, so all right, we're focused. We're back. Robert Pattinson. It's his
But
35th
before we get to
birthday.
Robert Pattinson,
Okay, right.
I'll just
perfect.
say Mad
Yes.
TV is so underrated, and that every show should have a karaoke segment. And I agree. I used to
Mhm.
watch Mad TV when I was a kid growing up, not SNL. I feel like there should be more sketch shows, more show.
Couldn't
And
agree more.
Stacey said
Yeah.
it is the one thing I can stand. It's you guys because I love it. Oh, Stacey. Stacey loves that
Stace.
birthday song. All right, we'll take it over. We don't need Stevie.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, now we know. Incredibly helpful. Okay. So here's a question for Robert Pattinson. Name
Yes.
his character in Harry Potter and what movie
Mm.
did he die in?
Yes, 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 yes,
Okay.
yes, 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 yes. I know this because you're like, oh
Okay.
wait, that's Twilight Man or emo Batman. All right, I do remember the name of the book. I'm holding on tight because I want you all to be able to say the right answer, but I
Sure.
cannot contain myself. Yes, Audra, that is it. Ding, 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 ding. Cedric Diggory, Goblet of Fire. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's such a
Nailed it. Okay. There wasn't even
it's
a
a turning point.
negotiation.
It's such a turning point in Harry Potter because it was just like nothing is the same. Like
Yeah.
that when it gets dark. I have to say, I would be curious. Maybe we could do like a rank it. I don't know if you've seen
Mhm.
all the Harry Potters. Maybe it'd be fun to rank the Harry Potter movies, what our
Oh,
top three
sure.
are.
Yeah.
Prisoner of Azkaban. I'll
Even
just kick it
even
off.
if I haven't, the get on uppers can help me.
Okay.
They
All right.
can
Yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
helpful. They
All
can
right.
help me do it.
We'll
Okay, now
do
we
it.
do need to
Harry
find the
Potter.
song for this next one. So, excuse-moi.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, well, hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay. Just for a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Yes. Because it is Stevie Wonder's birthday. And that's why
Oh.
I shoehorned that in, did force that upon you. He is turning 72 today. May 13th. Stevie Wonder's birthday.
I know
Yes.
that we're on Stevie, who's given us our theme
Yeah.
song for this segment, but I do have to
Yeah.
close the loop on the last conversation.
Yeah.
Audra mentioned that she has a PhD in Cher's Harry Potter series.
I love it.
What?
Yes.
We have to
Yes.
make that a thing. I love Harry Potter, written by Cher.
Yeah. 100%. And Audra, and I thank you for reminding us that is the new thing that we are. That's the hill we'll die on. Cher
Oh
wrote
yeah.
all the Harry
Oh
Potter.
yeah. What are you
It's
talking
great.
about? It's gonna be a
There's
thing.
photographic evidence. It holds up in court. I don't know what to tell you. Jury rests. Cher wrote Harry Potter. You can't argue with that photo.
You can't. Clearly, why would if she wasn't the writer? Why is she taking that photo? I
Thank
mean,
you.
come on. Doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. I rest my case. Okay, so I'm glad we've got that cleared up. It's very exciting that Cher wrote Harry Potter. Moving on to Stevie Wonder. It is his birthday, 72. He is the youngest solo artist to do this, or I guess was. So during his career, he was the youngest solo
Ooh,
artist
okay.
to do this.
I forgot for a moment that
Yeah.
this is where my mind is right now, Renee.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, great celebrity birthday quiz. Renee will ask and answer the questions.
Oh, sure.
I
Yeah.
forgot I had
Exactly. And then
anything to do to the point where I almost wasn't listening to
why?
the question. It was like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Renee she does this. Oh,
Okay.
wait, I
And then
have
you'll
to
tell.
guess.
Right. I have to participate in this. Okay. All
Oh,
right.
my God. What was he the youngest person to do? Let's take some guesses. Maybe he played the piano, won a Grammy, recorded an album. Something music, but you never know.
Yeah.
Sarah could be like Jackery, youngest person to get a recording contract, but I mean, surely
These are all
several
very
or
good guesses.
more.
Yeah.
Any guesses, Audra? Tim, are you secretly out there?
Tim.
Pomeranian, so much silence that it's not even great. Okay, we will go youngest
Yes.
person to play a piano, get a recording contract, and win a Grammy.
Yes. All of those are correct. In addition to get number 1 on the Billboard chart. So he's
Oh,
just he's a
do we
pioneer
know
of this
how
one.
do we know how old he was when that happened?
Young.
Okay. Follow-up questions.
Young.
Okay. All
He is
right.
young.
Cool. All right. Next, we'll figure it out. All right.
Okay. All right. Up next, we have Dennis Rodman is turning 61 today. Sarah, I love this question so much because so often, it is a woman, and they're just like, when her claim to fame is a man. That's what it is. But Sarah's question here is perfect. This is the question for Dennis Rodman. Once dated this famous Now, you know what, Jim? I'm going to take a page
No,
from
you don't have
let
to
me
say
see if I can
anything
make it
else.
harder. Okay.
Perfect. In fact, when
Okay.
you said Dennis Rodman, usually women get asked this question. I was like, Carmen Electra. Are
Yeah,
you
but hold on.
kidding me?
I
Yes.
think Sarah would like a more, because listen, Dennis Rodman got around. So one stated this famous like a prayer diva.
Oh, okay. Because he was with Carmen Electra for a good
Sure.
while, and that's
Yeah.
like because I watched Baywatch religiously.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And I was up to all of Dennis Rodman's shenanigans. The Chicago Bulls had never been hotter. Audra said, sorry, I got distracted by Instagram for that last question. I appreciate the honesty. You're like, no, 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 no. Oh, that's right. So many birthdays. Also, Stevie Wonder was 23 when he won his first Grammy.
Amazing.
And he was with his mom. His mom was there. But back to this. Okay.
Great.
Must be Madonna then. Thank you for the hint because I needed it because I would have locked
Yep.
in Carmen Electra, which
Great.
he also dated.
Also was
her.
correct. Also was correct. But yes, that is Dennis Rodman's claim to fame is the women he dated. Up next, we have
Not how many championships he won. I do like that. Way to go, Sarah. Way to turn
it's fun to, yeah, Sarah. I know, right? She's got my back. We love Sarah. Okay. Up next, we have Darius Rucker is 56. He is a musician. And we're all familiar. Okay, good. He played this sport in high school.
Okay.
What did Darius Rucker play in high school?
Oof. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Sarah, I feel like you help. This is cheating. You totally don't have to give me hits.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't let me fail on my own, Sarah. Thank
Okay.
you. But I thank you. So Sarah, let me know in the chat
Yeah.
from Hootie and the Black Blowfish. You could see
Right.
on my face that I was like, blink, 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 blink. And I was literally about to say, sorry to this man.
Yeah, can I tell you something? Can I tell you a controversial thing? Also sings Wagon Wheel. And it is, I think, like zeitgeisty. Everyone hates that song. I love it. I love Wagon Wheel so much. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, anyway you feel.
Ooh, Sarah loves that song too.
Okay,
Sarah,
see?
all
Okay.
caps, Sarah. I
All
love that
right.
song. So good.
Thank you.
But I
It's
mean,
so
nothing
good.
beats I only want to be with
True.
you.
He's got a
I
great
think another
voice,
good
Darius
question
Rucker.
is I have a question after your question.
Yes.
We'll get to yours, but my question will
Okay.
be was he Hootie or the Blowfish? But we don't have to answer now, but we'll find out. We'll find out. I feel like
Great
I'd
question.
be curious if anybody knows without
Yeah,
Google.
I do
What was the
know.
question?
Yes,
Oh,
because of Jerry Maguire.
Oh,
I know.
yes. That is not the
Okay.
scene I think of when I think of Jerry Maguire.
That's fair.
When you're like
That's
12
fair.
years old and your dad has this on VHS, she's like,
Yeah, exactly. It starts out strong. It begins strong.
Oh, my little unknown gay mind was like,
Yeah. What is
Anyways,
happening? Yes.
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Okay, so
I mean, it's just a lot.
what sport did he play in high school? And then we'll answer, was
Football!
he
It
who he
has to be
was?
football because the music video, he was playing football with Joe Montana. Oh my God, it all came to
Exactly.
me. I was like, I'll never
You
guess
know it.
this. I'll never know this.
No, but you
And that
know it.
music video.
Good
Was
job.
it football?
Mhm.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, you nailed it.
You're like
Right.
badminton.
Yes.
He was
I
so
love it.
embarrassed by it. He pretended to play football with Joe
I love it.
Montana.
I
Yeah.
love it. I
Okay,
love it.
is he Hootie
Yes.
or the Blowfish? I'll take a guess. You tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
He's the Blowfish.
Ooh, good guess. Very good guess.
He's
Yes, absolutely.
Hootie.
And this isn't it isn't, non-negotiable, but in Jerry Maguire, a white man confuses him for Hootie. So,
Oh, right.
I think, and then he's like, "I'm not Hootie."
Yeah. Everyone,
So I think
isn't that weird? Everyone thought that he was Hootie, and someone always go like, "Oh, Hootie, Hootie." I thought he
I
was
know.
Hootie too. I don't know. It looks
I
like a
know.
Hootie.
I know. But maybe it was a blowfish. Who knows? It's a mystery for the ages. We may never know. We may
I
never
wanna
know.
be with
How
you.
we feeling? How's stamina? Can we do 2
Let's
more?
go. Let's
Okay.
go. Let's go. I
Okay.
mean, Aunt Tracy is here. We have to do more. Good morning, Aunt Tracy. We are
Absolutely have
doing these
to.
celebrity birthdays.
I love it. It would have been B. Arthur's birthday today. B. Arthur, we
Oh,
love her. Golden Girls left us in 2009. Here comes your question. She was one of the first women to be on active duty. Is what? I did not know this. I didn't know that she had a background in the military. That's your hand.
Active duty as oh man. Okay, get on uppers. Our military folks out there. What are the things that people can become active duty on? Um,
This is a really good
they
question,
can
Sarah. I didn't
do
know this at all.
like nurse, but I feel like she's so tough. Like soldier. She must have been like
Yeah.
a soldier. I'm gonna go with, and I mean, us as get on uppers are gonna go with. She was a soldier. She was
Yes.
the first soldier, first
Yeah.
armor, latest soldier.
We will accept that. That is correct. The specifics around that are she is a Marine who volunteered during World War II as a truck driver and a
Oh my
typist for the Marine Corps.
gosh. Wow.
I
That's
know.
amazing. I feel like there's also someone else that we were talking about who was also a truck driver. Was it? Oh gosh, what's her name? Not Audra McDonald. It was what's her face who was also a spy. Josephine Baker. I feel like there was someone else that we were talking about. I think it was
Oh,
her.
right. Yeah, that does
It
seem
was,
right. I think that's
and
right.
yes, Pomeranian. She was also a mod. Yeah, that's what I thought the question was going to be like.
Yeah.
Who was
Yeah.
she? And I was like, mod. She was
Mod. I
mod.
know.
It's
Sarah went deep
insane
on this.
because all of those TV shows are like spin-offs. Those who did all those shows? Norman Lear. They're all
Mhm.
spin-offs of one of another. So like, Good Times into the other one, and
Right.
like Mod is also in that mix. They're all spin-offs of each other.
I know. I know. Well, incredible job getting it right. You nailed it. Okay, final birthday.
Yes. Okay. So sorry.
For today.
It's All in the Family started it, and then it had 7 spinoffs. That's so wild.
No
So
kidding.
yes. So All
Does
in the
it list the
Family.
spinoffs?
Yes. Okay. So All in
Okay.
the Family, 1971 to 1979.
Mhm.
That spun off into Maude because Maude was like, I'm here, like, give that lady a show. And then Maude went
Right.
from 1972 to 1978. And then Good Times, they were like, oh, we're here too. Like, spin them off, get them a show. And so
Wow.
1974 to 1979. And then The Jeffersons is a spinoff from Good Times.
Okay.
And then Checking In only had 1 year. All these other ones had like a long run. Like Jeffersons went from 1975 to 1985. 10 years. Woof, they were moving on up. Checking In, Marla Gibbs, one season, 1981. But then Archie Bunker came back from All in the Family. He's like, I'm back. And I'm kind of racist, but I'm the butt of the joke. You're like, oh, he's behind the times, Dan. And then Gloria was a spinoff of Archie Bunker. And then 704 Hauser. I didn't know about this one. 704 Hauser. It looks like the guy who played the dad in Good Times came back. And
That
he
is
left Good Times
wild.
because he left Good Times. They had to kill him off because he's like, I'm off the show. It didn't have enough black writers on it. It's odd, actually, if anybody's, I know we're going on a tangent, but I can't stop myself.
Yeah.
It's the medicine.
No, please. But
when you think about those black sitcoms back in like the 90s or even beforehand, I didn't realize this until I was watching The Fresh Prince. They did a reunion. There was not a single black writer for The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They didn't have a single writer, but the cast would give feedback. So they'd read the script on Monday. They'd give feedback and be like, oh, we really wouldn't say this, or this isn't really. So they, would write, but not a single black writer. Same thing like Family Matters. I think like Living Singles had like a black writer's room, Martin.
Right.
But a lot of these shows were just written by white folks. Yeah.
Wow. Don't love it. I do not love it. But I have learned I had no idea that they were connected, let alone spinoffs, which is negligent on my part. That's
their own. It's the
crazy.
Norman Lear universe. It's its own like
truly
MCU,
right?
right?
Exactly before
Like,
Marvel. Good night.
and then Pomeranian chiming in. So many spinoffs. Facts of Life character Mrs. Garrett was also on Different Strokes. Yeah, she was on Different Strokes first, and then she got her own spinoff, Facts of Life. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Girls.
I wonder, Get on Uppers, have you done this before? Is Facts of Life worth a rewatch? Is that, though I didn't, like, it was just on sometimes, like it was on reruns growing up, and I'm familiar with it, but I don't know it. I loved it.
I did see some. I watched the episode that I was in, so I watched some to get like a feeling of it. But yeah, it was fun. It was cute. Tootie good. I love it. Yeah,
that's good. I wonder if Facts of Life is the first Sex in the City, and that and this isn't quite fair, but who do you identify with? Who are you? Who is your character that you
Right.
love?
There's 4. We always have
Yeah.
archetypes of 4, like the
Mhm.
Ninja Turtles, Sex in
Yes.
the City,
Yeah.
the other ones.
Right.
We always,
Loved.
always have
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Well, okay. So there was Blair and Tootie and Joe, and who was
Joe.
that?
Natalie.
Natalie. Yeah. I love
Mhm,
Joe and
mhm.
Natalie. They were my
Oh,
favorites.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
like Blair.
Mhm.
And then Tootie
Yeah.
was too cool for me. Unfortunately.
Oh, she was the baby.
She's
Doug
so
said that
cool.
Doug was a big fan of Different Strokes. Big fan. Yes, yes, Different Strokes. So good. What you talking about? Never ask that man to say it. Never ask him to say
No,
it. He will not.
no,
He will not.
don't do
Todd
it.
Bridges.
Don't.
Okay, what was the question about
Yes.
me? Oh, she was
I,
a Marine. Did we do it?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you nailed it. And then I have one more for you if you're up for it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
Please
right.
do.
It is Stephen Colbert's birthday.
Colby.
Birthday to Stephen Colbert. You were the reason everyone pronounces my last name wrong, and I agree that it is pronounced wrong.
What?
uh,
Oh, no.
I know, but and for good like, my first name is French, my last name is French, but my parents are from Oklahoma, so that T is as loud as you can get, but it shouldn't be. It should be soft.
Renee Colbert.
Rene
That's
Colbert.
pretty. Oh, Renee
Right? I
Colbert.
know,
Oh,
but
that's
also
pretty.
that's nope, none
Colvert.
of that. Culvert.
Oh, man. Oh,
I
that's
know,
so
that's what
great.
happens when Oklahoma gets a hold of Culvert.
Renee
Uh,
Colbert. Colbert. That's
yeah, no,
beautiful. And you didn't want you, but you corrected people like, no, no, no. You didn't
no,
lean
I'm
into it
sorry.
as an up
I
and
guess
coming actress in Hollywood. You're like, no,
no,
it's
I think you have to say
RT.
it the way my
RT.
parents say it, right? The way it was pronounced in high school. Right, but Colbert is correct. And this man, such a good dude. He is a huge fan of this franchise. Excuse me. A huge
Huh?
fan of this franchise, so much so that he even was in one of the movies.
Oh,
So it's a
huge
franchise that he's
fan
obsessed
of
with
this
and was
franchise.
in one of the movies.
Oh, I think I have an idea. Okay, get on
Okay.
let's brainstorm this. So I feel like they are shoehorning a lot of people into this, like just like, all right, put on this. Oh, Audra saying Lord of the Rings. I was gonna say Star Wars. But I feel like Audra, you know him better than I would. But
Yeah.
sometimes they do that, but like I think what's his face? James Bond is a stormtrooper in Force
Sure.
Awakens.
Yeah.
They're just like, here, put this costume on. They're like, I'm in this movie.
Yeah.
I won't tell
But
anyone.
Audra's always right. So,
I think Tim is always right. But I will let my fever dream friend, Audra,
yes.
I'm gonna go with her. And my fever dream, she whispered to me, Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we'll go with Lord of the Rings. Oh yeah,
Then
we're
you would
close
be
personal friends.
right. And you would be correct. Correct. Yeah, you nailed it. Good job. Yeah.
Would he play a goblin or like an elf?
Yeah, I think he played the ring.
Stop it, Renee.
I don't know. I don't watch
I
that.
was not
I don't like
ready for
dragons.
that one. If I have ever given you a stop it. It's
Enough.
just like, okay,
It's not. We're
so
not having
silly.
fun
I
anymore.
even handle this. Stop it.
No one is having a good time. I don't like you.
I have a friend
Go
of mine
away.
who that's her catchphrase when something's too funny. She's just like,
Yeah,
stop it. It's not like she's being tickled too much, you know? That's her
sure.
thing. So sometimes I
Yeah.
come up with that. But this is a little like, no, don't stop it. I don't mean stop.
Stop it.
But
Stop.
yeah, right.
I do think that super, super funny people, yourself, don't get to laugh very much because you're already there. You've already told the joke. And so your response to like funny-ish things is just like, that was good.
No, play the tape of me on my knees laughing so much. In fact, I was on my
Yeah.
way to the gym. As soon as I'll replay the tape in my head of the funny things Renee has said, and I was on my way to the gym. I just started cackling as I'm walking. Just the whole entire after we've all got pain. You're like, F it, we've all got pain. Just the way that you delivered it, I died almost on my knees.
I don't love it, but I do want you to feel better. I hate that you don't feel good.
Heaven
But okay,
high.
to conclude celebrity birthdays, Get On Uppers knocked it out of the park as per always. Pomeranian, Doug, Audra, Stacy, nailed it. Great job. Excellent work. A quick Lighting change, if you please. Just no, because
You
it's
know I
it's
can't handle it when I just get so it gets
n-
such backlight. You have a better ring light than
well,
I do.
and to your very strong defense, I do think like it was because when the time changed, when we sprang forward, it was
Yes.
pitch black,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now it's light when I wake up. So I think it's getting brighter
It's
sooner.
too early. It's too
Yeah,
early,
mhm,
I can't it gets so bright. It used
nobody
to just,
needs
like,
it.
subtly come out. It was really cute and nice, but now the
Yeah,
time change, it's so bright.
yeah,
Alright,
very.
it is time for our Asian Pacific American Heritage
Yeah,
Month
yeah, yeah.
celebration. So, it is Patsy Mink today. Audrey chimed in, it was so bright at 5:30 this morning, and I was shocked. I
Right?
also think
Uh,
I noticed that it gets brighter in LA earlier than it does here in San Francisco.
no
Just
kidding. That
slightly.
is
Yeah.
interesting. That's
Yeah.
so interesting. I quick because I want to focus on this, and this is the main point of what we should be talking about. So, Sarah, oh, Sarah, you are good. Oh, Sarah is so good.
Okay, let me
All
take in
right,
Patsy's
let's see
photo. I'm not talking about her. Not
what's
talking about
more
tangent.
important than this, Renee. Let's hear it. Yes, it is, and especially when I tell you what it is that So I was mentioning I did the half marathon while I was in Big Sur. You do all this reflection and thing of like what really makes me happy. I loved running, which is a dumb thing, but I did, and I was like, I have to get back to that, but I can't because it's dark. It's a
Mm,
when would I go in the morning? And then
mm.
5:30 is like, we ain't dark. It's bright as day out here. You're just lazy.
We're
I
we're
did not
ready
like
for
it.
you.
Yeah, that sun is condescending, and I didn't care for it. I can absolutely go running before the show. I absolutely can go running. I'm just not.
Maybe a
So I don't
midday
know.
lunch run. How about that? Can you
I
break
don't. I
awake?
We need to. I can't wait for you to move down to LA so you can witness the amount of sweatiness your girl it is involved with.
But then you take
It
a midday
is
shower. I do it all
no.
the time.
I mean, I think there's also the I don't love how bashful I'm at. I don't want anybody to watch me. And my therapist will be very quick to point out, nobody cares. Nobody's watching you. Nobody's paying attention to you. Nobody's thinking about you. After you run past them, they have not thought about it again. I'm like, I think they are. I think they're thinking, there goes that middle-aged lady trying. Nobody's thinking that, Renee. No,
Trying? Like, trying is
no,
even the
she's
worst
trying.
thing. Oh,
Yeah,
she's trying.
she's trying.
Look at her trying to do something with her life. Boo! Boo, we don't like you.
Yeah. No, Jim, I do think you're right that I need to be more explorative on when I could do it. But Bob Iger gets up and runs at 4 a.m. every morning. So if I
You
want to be
differently
CEO at
for your
Disney, I gotta.
no. We've already established you're not a morning person, so maybe you just
No.
have a midday routine for yourself. I go to the gym about 3 o'clock every day,
Yeah.
and then I come back and I take my shower. So I do like an evening shower, and it's nice because then I'm like, I get into like my comfy sweats, and then I finish the work that
Yeah.
I need to do, and I'm cozy for
That
the day.
does
But
sound
I
real
do,
nice.
and
That
it's
does sound
wild. Like,
real
who
nice.
takes like I shower midday? That's
No,
my shower.
that sounds so nice. And gosh, okay, here's what therapy says. And then she's like, "You are such a fail aheader timer," meaning that I was just like, "Well, no, because if I ever do have an evening plan, I can't go out because I'm in my sweats." She's like,
You
"What
just
a
put your
thing,
pants on.
Renee."
You just put your pants on. And sometimes
I know.
today I wasn't feeling too well. I took
Yeah,
another shower. Sometimes I take 2 showers. I know we're in a drought. I don't care. But
yeah.
sometimes I take an
Okay.
evening shower, a 5 o'clock shower, and a morning shower.
You know, a little bit of a morning shower. Okay. Well, let me try this first thing in the morning run, and then when that
Okay.
routinely doesn't work, then I'll adopt your mid-afternoon
You
thing. It's a
it
good
takes
call.
30 days to make a habit, so you'll have to do it
Yeah.
for 5 weeks.
Mm,
5
okay.
weeks.
All
We'll
right.
check in. Keep reporting on it. We'll help you keep I tell you, we'll help you keep you accountable. It's helpful.
Honestly, I would love that, and I wonder if there
Yeah,
is a bit of forgiveness in how I show up to this show. Like,
100%.
can I come with soggy wet hair, and I'll do
You
the
can't even
rest
just
later?
we'll just put a photo up. And you're like, "My screen's frozen." It's you with the picture of Tugboat that everyone loves so much. That's the face she did it live. Oh, it's so cute. She's so funny. Do you see that comedy? It's so I love it. Oh my god, I love it. Renee. Ugh. I can how do I get a
Yes.
copy of that picture of you and Tugboat? I want it. I
So
need
no,
I want
it's
to get a frame. I need it like right here. It's the cutest picture in the world.
very
Renee.
kind. That's
Cute.
very you're
She's
being so
so
nice to
fun.
me. I don't deserve any of it. That's very kind. Okay, so I will keep you abreast of my running. Now back to something that actually matters. The celebration.
Patsy
Yes.
Mink.
Yes.
Okay, Sarah was so ready. All right. Okay, Stacey, you have a great weekend. We know that you've got to get out of here. You've got thank you for being here. We love you. We appreciate you.
Yeah,
Have a great
Stacey, have the
gathering.
best weekend.
And then Stacey's like, Renee, you're so silly. Of course there's forgiveness. Of course we're
Yeah,
gonna
Stacey,
forgive.
you're the
Yeah.
best.
You're
The
you're
best.
doing
Thank
your
you.
best. Look at that lady. She's trying. That's all we care about. Um, so we talked about her yesterday. So Patsy Matsu Mink was born December 6th, 1927. She passed away September 28th, 2002, and she was an American attorney and politician from the U.S. Senate of Hawaii. She had a she was third generation Japanese American, having been born and raised in the island of Maui. And after graduating valedictorian in 1944 at the Maui High School, she attended the University of Hawaii in Manoa for 2 years and enrolled at the University of Nebraska. And that's where she experienced racism. I mean, yeah,
Mm-mm.
this
Yeah.
is 1944. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course
On
you
the
did. Yeah.
heels of World War II. I
Right.
mean, oof.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was segregation policies. She was experiencing racism and had and segregation. And so, but she got sick and she was like, okay, well, I guess I have to get out of here and go back to Hawaii to complete her studies, which I'm not surprised. I imagine the stress she was experiencing also contributed to her being
Right.
ill. You know, I'm not surprised that I'm not feeling well. It's been 4 months. My body was like 4 months of go, go, go. My body was like, and scene. You are done. You
Right.
should rest. And I'm not
Right.
really resting.
Right.
I'm going to this weekend. So after illness forced her to return to Hawaii to complete her studies, she applied to 12 medical schools to continue her education, but she was rejected from all of them. So I
Mm.
doubt it's because she wasn't qualified. But again,
Right.
this is
Yeah.
1940s.
Yeah. Okay.
Following a suggestion by her employer, she opted to study law and accepted at the University of Chicago Law School. So clearly, this woman is a genius, and the schools were
Yeah.
wilding. She couldn't get into she couldn't go to medical school, but she can be a lawyer. Anyways, the universe was like, girl, no, you're supposed to be a lawyer. So while at university, she met and married graduate student John Francis Mink. And when they graduated in 1951, Patsy Mink was unable to find employment. And after the birth of their daughter, they had to move to Hawaii. So again, it's just really hard for this, woman navigating this world that was not designed for her. She's trying. She's trying.
Yeah.
Not only a woman of color, and then she had a baby. Oh my God.
Yeah,
When is she
man.
gonna be able to
Yeah.
find a job?
Oof.
Don't stay away, Renee. This is like we know people who are still alive in this time period.
Yeah.
Like it's not like this is that
Yeah.
far away.
Crazy. Yep.
So, like one of my aunts was born in the 40s. So this is
Right.
right here. When she first refused to, when she was first refused the right to take the bar examination, so she's like, oh, okay, completed my studies, gonna take the bar. Due to the loss of Hawaiian territorial residency upon marriage, she challenged the sexist statute. They were like, oh, well, you got married, so you're no longer a Hawaiian resident. Okay,
Right.
because it was
Right.
now an offshoot of your husband. Woof.
Yeah. Oof.
So she then won the right to take the test and pass the examination. But then she couldn't find any employment because, again, she was married, she had a child, and so she's not getting a job. But her father helped her open up her own practice in 1953. And around the same time, she became a member of the Democratic Party. So she's hoping to work legislatively to change discriminatory customs through laws. So she took all this hardship that she went through and persevered through and was like, let me be a change maker. So she, got up in there. So she ran for a seat in the Territorial House of Representatives and she won the race because she's Patsy Mink. I mean, hello. And she became the first Japanese American woman to serve in the Territorial House. And 2 years later, the first woman to serve in the Territorial Senate when she won her campaign for the higher house. Then in 1960, she gained national attention when she spoke in favor of the civil rights platform at the Democratic National Convention. She was like, we should do this. And they're like, yeah, we should. Why is it taking so long? She served a total of 12 terms, that is 24 years, split between representing Hawaii's at-large congressional district. So she did go off to Congress, and the 2nd congressional district in 1990 to 2002. So it sounds like she died in 2002. So she worked until she Jane Fonda'd it. Like she was like, I'm gonna keep
Wow.
working until
Yeah,
we're done.
absolutely.
So while in Congress in the late 1960s, she introduced the first comprehensive initiatives under the Early Childhood Education Act. So she was like, these kids are dumb and they need school. And they're like, oh, okay. Well, what are we gonna do? She's like, okay, let's pass
Right.
this act. And she included the first federal child care bill and worked on the Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 1965 because these kids are running around doing God knows what. You've
Yeah.
seen West Side Story. That's what they're
Right.
doing. Sitting
Right.
on stoops, snapping their fingers, dancing
Yeah.
in the streets, and snapping
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
Time and
Yeah.
place. Go to school first, then you can dance in the street as long as you want. And
Thank
then
you.
don't stab each other. It's not that
Thank you.
hard.
Yeah.
Patsy Mink, ladies and gentlemen. And this is happening in the 60s, so you know.
Right. Right.
That documentary West Side Story. We saw it all. In 1970, she became the first person to oppose a Supreme Court nominee on the basis of discrimination against women. She was like, this guy doesn't like women. And she initiated a lawsuit which led to significant changes to presidential authority under the Freedom of Information Act in 1972. And then in 1972, she co-authored Title IX Amendment of the Higher Education Act. Like, Title IX is so huge, the Title IX Act, which, you
Right.
know, grants so many like students and youth like so many rights. It was actually later renamed the Patsy T. Mink Equal Opportunity Act, and after she passed away in 2002.
Wow.
She is the first East Asian woman to seek the presidential nomination of the Democratic Party.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. She ran in 1972, entering the Oregon primary as an anti-war vet candidate, and she was a federal 1972. Like, wow. I believe that is the same year as Shirley Chisholm. Shirley Chisholm ran in 72 or 70.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. That seems right.
70s. Yeah.
Good memory.
Wow, look at these ladies doing it for themselves.
Yeah.
Love it. Sisters doing it for themselves. Okay. After that interlude. So she was the Federal Assistant Secretary of State of Oceans and International Environmental and Scientific Affairs from 1977 to 1979. And from 1980 to 1982, she served as the president of Americans for Democratic Action, and then returned to Honolulu, where she was elected to the Honolulu City Council. She chaired there until 1985. And then that's when I said in 1990, she was again elected to the U.S. House, serving until her death in 2002.
Wow.
She had, during her second 6 terms in office, she continued to work on legislation of importance to women, children, immigrants, and minorities. What a power.
Truly.
House.
Incredible. Man, that's, I mean, it is such a, like, I don't know, round robin thing that I was like, oh, and then I'll say again, this is incredible, and you had more constitution than I'll ever have, and you're amazing, and I would, but amazing, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, just doing it in such wild times. I can't, thank goddess there was probably no like Fox News of that time, because they would have, you know, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez her, and she's like, listen,
Yeah,
just trying to get some
yeah,
rights for some
that's not
people.
going to happen. We're not going to do
Calm
that.
down.
Such a good one.
So,
And
yeah.
yet again, did not know this, was not on my radar. It is embarrassing to sort of showcase this, but I think it's also good to be like, well, because I think it's intent. It's like, well, I don't want to do this anymore because it makes me feel dumb. But you learn every time, so this is great. I really like it.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, again, I mean, Renee, she saw the school systems. They were terrible. We didn't learn anything. And so, you know, we're still learning as adults all those things that we didn't learn, you know. I'm right there with you. I had not heard about
Yeah.
Patsy Mink until I talked about her on my podcast, Minority Corner.
Right.
So I'm
There you
right there
go.
with you. Renee,
Well,
can you take
yes.
the reins? I told
I
you,
would
y'all.
too.
So many bathroom breaks.
It's not, she flew in, so many flew-ins. I love it so much. Sweet get on uppers. It is time for Feel It Out Friday, wherein we will tell you about the things that are going on in the news. We're feeling out. We're gonna see how we're finding. Sarah found me the very best thing in the entire world. Oh, my sweet get on uppers. Are you familiar with this? Did you know that they are creating a show? And I will give you the title. And I do hope that you're all sitting down because it is that exciting, called, let's give you a break. Are you sitting down? American Rescue Dog Show. adds, here's the headline, Paula Abdul, Leslie Jordan, and Yvette Nicole Brown as guest judges. So I've got Rescue Dogs. That in and of itself, I'm losing my mind. And then you've got Yvette Nicole Brown and Leslie Jordan. What? Come on. Single-handedly, those two people got me through the pandemic. The sweetness of Yvette Nicole Brown and the delightfulness of Leslie Jordan. And now we're going to bring I thank you, James. That is the appropriate response to such a thing.
Renee, these are all of the things that you love so much. Is
My
this show,
mind.
you are the target audience for
Custom
this.
made for me, and a little bit infuriated that no one else told me about this. Sarah had to put it in the news, but Sarah's my only friend, I guess, is what we've learned from this. That's not true. You guys are all my other friends. I love you so much. I
Oh
love
my
you so much.
God.
So then, like, that is all I need to know. I will tune in. I will subscribe. I will buy every piece of merch. That is all that I need. But then to go on to like, well, wait, hold on. What's the concept of this show? What are they doing?
You're like, it doesn't
What's happening here?
matter.
It gets better. It gets so much
Oh,
better.
man.
Ugh. And I might have to take a knee, and I might have to get like a sweat cloth to dampen how excited I am. These sweet rescue dogs will be earning titles such as Best Underbite, Best
Ooh.
Snoring, Best Belly Rubs. I am not gonna survive. This is so everybody wins. I can tell already this is a show where everybody wins, and it is not based on talent. It is merely based on just the way that you showed up for us. I'm going to die. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for this gift of news that you have put before me.
What an
Grateful.
all-star. This is going to be the feel-good show that you definitely didn't. I mean, look at this cast. This is amazing. Like puppies, dogs. We got Paula Abdul, Renee's like cousin, Yvette Nicole Brown, Renee's other cousin, and look, little Leslie over there. Hilarious. This is so great. Oh,
I know.
Man, this will be fun.
And it's not like, oh, this is happening in the fall. This is happening next year. This is happening May 25th at 8 p.m. on ABC.
Dang.
I know.
Well, this is
I'm a
helpful
flutter
because ABC just canceled a bunch of shows, so this is helpful.
Well,
I was reading about all the
season.
canceled. I was looking at all these canceled shows that the networks are doing. I mean, first of all, some of them I had never even heard of. The networks are just they're struggling. They're struggling to get hits.
I think for some reason it's getting new. Everything gets cut
Canceled.
This time of year because it's time for the upfronts, right? So everything gets canceled. Everything gets bought. This is what pilot season is about. It's just getting. I just feel like
it's so hard to like find. I mean, this is why, like, as a kid, I hated falling in love with the show. I would try to wait until after like season 2 or 3 because you'd fall in love with the show, like Fastlane with Bill Bellamy and Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and directed by Mick G, and it would get canceled. You'd be like, like, it just was so hard. Firefly canceled.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I'm incredibly excited for this. I think it's going to be very, very good. And then I was scrolling down. So this article came to me from Variety, and I will report this later. But Sam J has a new show on HBO. I love them so much. They're a hilarious comedian. I can't wait.
Oh, we love it. We love it. Okay. I think we have to talk about the story about Paris Hilton. Just heartbreaking. Paris Hilton is in the news. And it's again one of those things that, like, God, I just feel like were we all in high school together during like the 90s and late 2000s? We were so mean. You know, there's all these people that we're just so mean about. We talked about it in the show before, like, you know, Monica Lewinsky, like, you know, that we just made all these sort of jokes about. And I get it, you know, yes, she's a rich white woman, but like she has gone through different trauma and stuff that she didn't even realize that she had gone through. And so I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but she said that she's still processing the trauma that she experienced as a kid. So, and we would watch daytime talk shows where they would send these kids off to like these boot camps. So she was sent to like one of those like my child's out of control.
Right.
This my child's wilding.
Yeah.
So she was sent to one of those. I didn't see. Did you see the This Is Paris documentary? I didn't. I didn't see
No.
it. I feel like I should go back and watch it. So in
Right.
that documentary, I remember people buzzing about this. She had revealed a secret that she had kept hidden for 20 years. So when she was 16, she was taken from her home in the middle of the night and spent almost 2 years at a series of residential treatment facilities that her parents had been conned into believing that her diagnosed attention deficit disorder behavior would be fixed through tough love. Like,
Oh,
she was just
buddy. Right.
going through these things here.
Yeah.
And she said that she's still processing the trauma of the whole entire thing. She's like, I couldn't stand knowing that children as young as 8 years old are still being sent to these troubled teen programs by parents who
Mhm.
don't know, and government agencies that just don't care. Of course, these places have essentially, like, she talks about this. I won't go into details here, but you can look at the article. But essentially, like,
Right.
sexual assault that would take place in a place like this. You can only imagine with this power and this abuse that would be happening here.
Right.
Just these these unlawful examinations and things like that were happening to her. And she's 16, doesn't have the words to really understand what's happening. She's being taught to, like, shut up, be quiet, stop struggling, or you'll go to
Right.
OBS, which was short for observation, which is essentially solitary confinement in a
Ugh.
tiny cinder block room. She said that there was nothing but a drain and a roll of toilet paper. Room was
Oh
freezing
my
cold.
God.
She was practically naked, and she paced until she couldn't stand up anymore, and then huddled on the floor, rocked back and forth, forcing herself to think about her life and what. Like, I just holy
That's
smokes.
that is there's just it's objective abuse. There's
Yeah.
nothing to discuss there.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't understand. And again, like, it's abuse, so it doesn't need to be explained in any way, shape, or form. But under what concept, what guise are they thinking that this will fix something?
I don't know. I think it's just like money and power, and probably someone has this. I'm sure whoever started these things has this warped sense that they're doing, like, the right thing. And I don't want to say that, like, all programs like this are bad. Like, I know there's one where they take, like, inner city youth to, like, work on a ranch, and they, like,
Mhm.
work with, like, horses and stuff like that. But, like, that's not jail, not like, something like this. And she said that there are so many kids around her who are just, like, they had no hope or light in their eyes, especially true for, like, the young girls who were
Yeah.
essentially being abused through these medical examinations. And she's like, I can recognize that these exams, what they were not exams, they were sexual assault of children. And the article goes on to say this isn't treatment, it's tortured, and that there's a
Yeah.
whole entire troubled teen industry that has been allowed to, like, thrive without transparency, no accountability for decades. And they rake in about $10 billion a year while preying on vulnerable families. So there's just all these, and I didn't realize this. Our tax dollars help pay for more than 120,000 youth pipelined each year into these facilities, and the studies have confirmed widespread abuse in these. So our tax dollars at work. And there was 14 years ago, there was a member of Congress who had testimony from several investigators, and they found that this staff. Woof. Okay, I'm so sorry. This morning. All right.
Yeah, this is nauseous. This is a nauseating story. It sounds like it's about to get worse.
They hogtied and shackled youth to
Mm-mm.
poles in public places. I won't go into all the details. It gets even worse after that. So you can look at the article, but I'll just stop right there because it is a lot. And so all this to say, you can see Paris Hilton is speaking out against it. I think there's a court hearing, and that's what you can see her right now. And I just,
Right.
my heart goes out. I think, she was the butt of a lot of different jokes, and I think you just never know what's going on with people, what they're
You sure
experiencing.
don't. Yeah.
So
Wow. Oh gosh, that's absolutely awful. I'm so sorry. I think, and this was months ago, maybe, where I was telling you about that reality TV show that she was on, where the joke was not reality TV show, this prank show that she did not volunteer to be on. Uh,
right. Yeah.
and so the prank was that she was in a plane crash. So they nosedived the
Mm.
plane, and the pilot screaming and losing him. He's like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so this is call your family if you can. This is it."
No.
And at the very end, they like that, and like she had to hold her composure after that, and it was just like that wasn't funny because everybody was screaming and crying and losing their mind, and she's like, "That is not a prank. That wasn't funny." So the amount of
Sure.
yeah, awful, awful, awful. But
Well,
it was
Renee,
then, yeah. Go ahead. Yes,
no,
yes,
no,
yes.
no. What were you gonna say? It was then what?
No, I think it was that was my first glimpse of her
Oh.
not being like, "It's hot." It was her, like, having to, like, sit with, "Okay, I guess I'll endure that."
Yeah.
It's awful.
It
Ugh.
doesn't make it interesting. I mean, that she probably felt like she had to play into this persona of like,
Of course she did.
okay, I'll just be
Yeah,
this, rich socialite. Like
of
that's what
course.
I am, and that's what everyone sees me as. And like, okay, I'll just say that it's hot
Yeah,
and play into this. And yeah, I'm proud of her for working through those traumas. I will always say that all of us are just these walking bags of trauma, and that we have
right.
to unpack it. Oprah has a really good audiobook called "What Happened to You," and that we
Mhm.
ask the wrong questions. We say, "What's wrong with that person? What's wrong with them?" No, 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 no. What
Right,
happened to them? That's the
right.
right question because there's something that has led to this behavior, this thing that they're doing. So, like kids who are acting out in school, they're like, "Oh, what's wrong with that kid?" It's like, no, no, what happened to them? Oh, you
Yeah,
find out that there's been abuse and like it's hard for them. They have PTSD. They can't
right.
sit still and study in class. They're like overdiagnosing folks with ADHD, and it's like, no, people just have a lot of trauma and
Yeah,
anxiety, and like they don't know how to process and deal with it because we're not talking about our trauma. So.
right. Right, 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 right. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Renee, you got
yeah.
something fun for us over
I
there?
sure do. I sure do, and it's only fun for me. I don't know again, like, you know what's so nice about how many shows have we done? What'd you say at the beginning?
86.
86. What's nice about 86 shows is that we have so many callbacks now. So do you
Mhm,
remember,
mhm.
several months ago, where it was, what is your Jam Wednesday? And I was like, "The Greatest Showman." I love it so much.
I think that was
I
up
stand
week 1, it might have
It
been.
might
I
have been
kinda
week
think
1. It might have been week 1. Yeah. I stand before you as a showhead. I love Greatest Showman so much. So there is an article out that says Hugh Jackman responds to Michelle Williams saying that she would want to be in a sequel for Greatest
Oh.
Showman. Michelle Williams isn't the only one who wants to head back to the circus. Hugh Jackman is sharing his feelings that he would also be up for a sequel, and his quote on this delighted me to no end. Now, Jim, you were responsible for this because I would not know this. This would not be on my radar if it weren't for you. Hugh Jackman is in X-Men and is the
Mhm,
Wolverine and
mhm.
has had numerous sequels to such a
Yeah.
thing. So,
Mhm.
his quote. Listen, if you know anything about my filmography, you will know I am totally against sequels in every shape or form. No more than 9 films. No more. That's where I draw the line. So he's like, obviously, I'm up for a sequel. Saying that if they come up with a good idea, yeah, I'm absolutely open to it, which is very, very exciting for moi. I can't begin to tell you how much I love it. Hugh Jackman and Michelle Williams obviously were in The Greatest Showman. I I am not alone in this. This grossed $434
Wow.
billion globally. So it did well.
Wow.
It did
Yeah.
really, really well. Obviously, it's a musical with great music, and I hope that they bring it back. And that is all I have to say about that. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yes. Well, yeah, I'm not here to yuck your yum, Renee, not at all. I won't
Yeah,
yuck it.
but you are more than welcome to. You're more than welcome
N
to. Yeah. Yes.
it's one of those things. Would you wanna hear the full truth of the story? I'll give you this. If you don't wanna hear, I
Yes.
will not tell you. So I don't wanna
No,
taint your yes.
I'm
Do you wanna know,
happy to
like,
hear.
it's sort of like when we talk about Michael Jackson, would you wanna, like, the full
Yeah.
story of, like, all the things that he did, or would you rather just like, "No, no, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't
Shush.
ruin it
No,
for
are
me."
we talking about P.T. Barnum and how awful it was and
Yeah,
how
okay, you
horrific
already
the circus is? Yeah, no, I know all of that. I know
okay.
all of that.
Okay.
The show's
Just
great.
I
Yes.
oh and
Yes.
that's the reason why I hadn't seen, because I love the cast. I love Hugh Jackman. I
Yes.
love, what's it High
Yes.
School Musical guy? What's his name? Cody Banks? No.
Zac
Um,
Efron?
there it is. I love Zac Efron. Um, Michelle Williams,
Yeah.
Zendaya, like, I love
Yeah.
all of them. It's just right before the movie came out on a Minority Corner, and I did a full report about how terrible P.T. Barnum was to, like,
Yeah.
the people that were in his circus and that, and so I couldn't. But I
Absolutely.
wonder if they maybe took a turn where they examined some of that in the next musical, right? Like
Exactly.
we kind of go into like the other underbelly of like, not a really great guy.
100%. Yeah, or yeah, exactly. No, if this show were to be a biography, it was
Mm.
wildly irresponsible. Wildly. I would like to, and there's a cute phrase that people say, like, it's in reference to, it is not a
Okay,
biopic
yeah, yeah.
of,
Right, right,
and I
right, right.
think that got circulated a little bit. It was like,
Okay.
at no point in time did we say this is P.T. Barnum. This is
Okay.
we're
Oh, okay.
saying it's
Inspired by not
similar
even loosely based on, they're
in
like,
reference to.
uh, in reference. I like that's like the bare minimum. I don't think you get anywhere bare because like even like
Yeah,
loosely based on means like, oh, you're kind of trying to speak like,
yeah.
yeah, inspired by that's also a
There
reference.
is, I think the word is what they're using. They're like, it's not a biography, it's a referential, is, I think that's the word that they use.
Oh, okay.
Which is like,
Yeah.
we will
Well, I want
refer.
to is he named P.T. Barnum? Just call him like Charles or something.
Yeah,
I think that would be
that's his
it. Just like
name.
we're telling a story about at the circus. It's not
Thank
that
you.
guy. And that would
That's,
be my
yeah,
vote.
that's
And
it.
then I can
But
love
I
it.
do agree that if they can responsibly, address it, I think that they should. What is, I think, objectively true is that those songs got a beat. They got a jam. They'll get you tapping your toe.
Mm, mm, mm. Well, maybe as I am recovering from life, I might
Yes.
take a look at that. I might take a look at
Okay.
that.
Yeah, have
Renee,
you watched it?
what? I have not seen it. I just saw the end.
Okay,
There's a bunch of
fair.
elephants that were coming in. It's like, what is
Sure.
happening?
Which
Because
luckily
it's
were
like
CGI.
Michelle Williams is there, and then the
Yeah.
elephants come in, and then just like I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's
Yeah.
happening.
Give it a shot. See how you feel.
Well,
For
I
my
think it is
birthday.
for okay. Dang, and you know I can't argue with that. You
Yeah,
know I
okay.
can't
We'll
argue
we'll
with
do
that.
Greatest Showman in
Oh
September.
man,
Okay.
and I'll probably be living there in LA. So well, you have to watch it
Yeah,
with me.
absolutely. Actually,
Then
no, that's not true. This is, we can offline about this, but you're coming to D23 with me. That's, we'll
oh,
offline about that.
perfect, done.
Okay.
I love it. For your birthday, is that what your birthday wish
Yeah,
is?
'cause it's
Okay.
September 8th through 11th, so you're welcome. We
You
need a
can have
friend.
2. You can have
Okay,
2, but I love
okay.
Renee's like, "For my birthday." You're like, can't argue with that. You
Well,
can't argue
okay.
with that. Everyone gets their birthday wishes.
I
I
love
think
it.
it's time should we do some Family Feud?
Yes,
Family
please.
Feud. Let's play some Family Feud.
Family
Fun
Feud.
fact,
Mhm.
Anna over on Liv's show, her family
Yes.
had auditioned for a Family Feud. They're gonna be on.
You're kidding. That's so
Producer Anna.
exciting.
Yep,
Oh,
yep, yep.
man.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah,
we'll all
yeah.
tune in. I can't wait.
Okay, this one is a Friday the 13th themed Family Feud. So get on up
Ooh,
first. The
okay.
way this is going to work, I'm going to ask you a question. We're looking for on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. There'll be 5 answers that we are looking for. They
Yeah.
surveyed
Good for
100
you.
people. This is what they came up with. You just say into your
Right.
device, say what you think the answer is, or you can type it. You're all working together as one team together. We will say 3 wrong answers. We'll just tell you after that. We don't want
Okay,
any
that's
guessing
fair.
there after a while. We'll do 3 X's. We'll play Family Feud rules, 3 X's. But you're always a winner because you showed up and you're playing. But this is just for funsies.
Great.
So, first question, everybody. Name something specific you're afraid will happen to you on Friday the 13th.
Ooh,
This is a good
okay.
one,
All
right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Name
this is really
something
good.
specific you're afraid will happen to you on Friday the 13th. And now I'll allow you all to brainstorm ideas, but when you're ready to lock something in, just tell me so we don't
We'll be
count
ready.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I think this is superstition, right? I think,
Mm,
or can
mhm.
we, follow-up question. We're looking for superstitions that you don't want to have happen to you?
They're kind of a mix, I will say with this.
Okay.
Like there's things that you're
Okay.
afraid that you won't happen to you. You'd be afraid you don't want to happen for you, and some of them are superstitious. They're
Okay. So
odd.
I'm just coming in with death. You're afraid you're gonna die.
Ooh, locking that in. That's
Die.
the number 2 answer. Ding, ding,
Die.
ding.
You're dead,
Die.
dead, die. Die. Okay. You don't want a black cat to walk in front of you.
Okay, that is the number 5 answer. So you got 2
Okay.
and 5. You're doing good. Ding,
Okay.
ding, 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 ding.
Walk under a ladder.
Oh, that's not on there,
Not
but
on
I'll
there.
give you your
Okay,
first
fair.
X. It
Okay.
should be on there, but it's not.
Okay.
First X.
Well,
First
first
X.
X.
We
Okay.
got 2. You got the number 2 answer, the number 5
Yeah,
answer. You're
death,
doing great.
cat. Right. Yeah. Gosh, isn't it funny? They're just like, I just know it's bad, but I don't really know a lot about walk under. Okay. So walk under a ladder is one.
It
Step on
should
a
be on
crack.
there. Second X, but that should be on there. I don't know who made
I
this list.
I
It
don't
was,
know that it should be. I think I just don't understand the concept of Friday the
'cause I
13th.
would have, see, right? I'm avoiding all cracks today, not gonna run
Yeah.
under any
Nope,
ladders.
not at all.
Uh,
Open an umbrella inside.
Dang,
Those are
Renee,
all
those
the
are all
stipulations I
great
know.
answers. It's your third X, but I'll give it to you. I'll give you, here's what
Okay,
we were. Those are such great answers. Those should absolutely be
okay,
on here. Break mirror is the number one answer. So you're
okay,
afraid that
fair.
you'll, break a mirror. Die
Okay,
is number two. I don't know how that's not the number one
it's very
answer.
funny. Yes.
These get really specific though. And this is the
I'll
thing,
take
Renee, to
it.
your point. I think
Yeah,
whoever created this question is weaving in between superstitions
yeah,
and things you're afraid that will happen to you.
great.
So then they wrote car accident, then
Okay, okay,
fall down,
okay, funny. Okay, all right,
and then
great.
black cat. So, but you did get 2 out of 5. You got
Okay,
2, the second answer, and the fifth one. You're in the lead. You're
not too
beating
bad.
yourself.
Great.
You
Thank
are.
you.
You are absolutely.
And
Let's
it's
see.
just me and Audra at this point. So Audra, God bless you. Thank you for getting one of them right.
Okay, well, now it's just Friday related questions. Friday
Okay.
related questions. This next one, there are 4 answers we're looking for. And the question is, what do bosses let slide on Fridays? What do
Ooh,
bosses let slide on Fridays? You could put your mind in like old timey job where it's like cubicle,
sure.
stiff job.
Ooh.
None of this working
How
from
it used
home
to be.
business.
No, certainly not. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Okay, all right. Yeah, Audra's coming. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Audra's got leave early. We love it.
Okay,
Wearing
leaving
jeans.
early is the number 2 answer. Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding, 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 ding.
I love
Wearing
it.
jeans, we'll count it because dress code, we'll put that
Yeah.
in there. That's the first answer.
Okay.
37 people said dress code. 24
Great.
people said leaving early. And we got 2 more answers. No
2 more.
X's on the board. Y'all are crushing it.
Happen on Friday. Take the whole day off.
I'm gonna give you your first X, but look at
Good.
Audra. She's got
Yeah.
something
Okay.
for you.
Audra's got some.
Something for you.
Come in late. You can come
Ding,
in
ding,
late
ding,
on
ding,
Fridays.
ding. 21
Nice.
people said that. So you've got your
Yes.
third answer.
Yes. Audra, you're so good at this. And taking a long lunch.
Ooh,
Take
that
a long
sounds
lunch.
good. But we'll give
Yeah.
you your second X, but you've already got
Okay.
3 answers. You're doing it. You're doing
Okay.
great.
Okay. Friday. Set the building on fire on Fridays. You're allowed to light it up.
I want to go play. Now, Renee, you and I need to go audition for Family Feud because I want you to just come in hot with the answer. Your second act, but it's hilarious. So keep it
Yeah.
going.
Okay.
I love it so
Okay.
much. Set the building. The boss is like, it's Friday.
That's right.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
Love it,
Let's do it.
arson.
Let's do it. Just a little bit of arson. Just a little bit. Play music.
Play music. Your third. What a tough boss. No music any day except Fridays. Fridays. Did you have a boss like that
Not
once,
having
Renee?
it. Yeah, yeah, I've had terrible bosses. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I want to unpack that after I give you
Okay.
your third X. So we got dress code, leaving
Mhm.
early, being late. Last one was workload. Workload was
A little
guess
bit
they're
less
being
work.
generous with like, I don't think I got as much done today. Not as much done.
That's nice.
All right. This is inspired impromptu question. What's like the worst get on uppers? Worst boss you've ever had?
Yeah.
Horrible boss.
Because there's like genuinely bad. So I had a boss who would like openly drink during the day because we had like a
No.
happy hour stash. So she would openly drink.
No.
She was in HR. So she would like openly drink during that. She got fired. Openly drink during the day. And then anytime you met with her, she'd be like, "Do you know who's getting fired?" Just because so she was just like this party girl who loved gossip who somehow got herself into HR. And so she very quickly got fired from the job, but it was just really funny that she would come in hungover, she would drink on the job, and she would tell us like the darkest dish about other people who have gone to HR. You know who's touching butts? I'll tell you. It just would like unleash on us. So she was the most like objectively bad that we can all agree, and she did get fired. But I think the worst ones are micromanagers who just make your job harder. The worst. They will break your spirit so fast.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. At first, just as someone who works in HR, I'm mortified by that former boss. But there is something about HR and people who work in HR do like to drink a lot. Like my boss is always like, "Can we be drinking champagne already?" And like, it's 4 o'clock. I mean, you're working from home if you want, but I mean, sure,
Yeah.
go for it.
That's
Of course, guess who's touching butts? Audra is laughing at your guess who's touching butts.
yeah, I mean, it might not be a direct quote, but that was the gist. Audra said, "The time I almost got fired for giving my shady boss's phone number to dead."
Ooh, yeah. Audra, were
Audra,
you,
that's
was
so
this like a
good.
innocent, like, oh, okay, or were you like, yeah, I know exactly what
Yeah,
I'm
no,
doing.
I'm gonna.
Here's their number.
I love it. Jim, how
It's
about you? Who are your worst bosses?
It's so wild to think about also just like working in like an office, like those
Yeah,
days. It's very
yeah,
interesting.
it's very
Horrible bosses that I've had. Yeah, I had one similar to you, Renee. I will never work for someone if it's like their company and you're their only employee. There's
Mhm,
just too much riding on the business going well.
sure.
I was a alcohol promo model. Like you could have some free shots of tequila on Jose Cuervo,
Right.
and so I ended up then working in the main office.
Mhm,
And she just, I don't know, it was just you never knew what kind of mood she was going to be in.
right.
It was just her and I working in that office. It was just
Mhm,
a lot of stress for no reason. Like we're just doing alcohol promotions and booking
yeah,
models. Like my boss, I think, was a bit of a micromanager, and so that made it kind of hard, and just like the
right.
work, it wasn't fulfilling. I find it very hard if like the work doesn't feel fulfilling. And I think maybe
Yeah,
we're a little spoiled that way, that our generation. There are people who are working in the coal mines. You think that's fulfilling for them? Like they
right.
just did it. But there's just
Yeah,
something about we're just like, I don't feel like it's connected to my passion or my talents. What am I doing here?
right. No, it makes perfect. Audra, I hate this. So a debt collector called you because they're brutal. They're just
Mm,
absolute savages when they want money. That
hmm
they'll find anybody who's remotely close to them. "Oh, Audra, I'm so sorry that happened to you. That sucks. I'm sorry."
mm,
That ugh,
mm.
oof. And I absolutely I would have been like, "I will give you their address. I am 16. Stop yelling at me."
I mean, I think you would just say it now.
Yeah.
At least stop yelling at me. I'm a grown woman. Please stop. Make this
I'm
stop
a
right
middle-aged
now.
woman, and I will tell you, I will drive you to their home if you stop
They're
yelling.
right there. They're right there. Renee Colvey. Um, okay. Oh, and then I'll just say every boss I've had is the worst because I hate being boss, which is why you are your own business owner. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's
I
true.
hear you. I
I
don't
have a
mind. Oh, I just want to say I don't mind if they're like, I really think they know what they're doing, and so
Mhm,
sometimes like I'm just like, I don't think you know what you're doing. You're kind of
yeah,
faking this, and then
yeah.
it's hard for me to be inspired by them and really trust their opinions and thoughts.
Right. I think everybody's faking it. No one knows what they're doing. And I definitely have come to the realization that I am not good with authority. You have
Mm,
to give me so much autonomy
yeah,
for me to be good at my job.
which is why you do a lot of independent contractor stuff, and
Mhm.
you found your lane. Okay, I think welcome to entertaining rat. Is that Chuck E. Cheese over there? uh,
Yeah.
do you know what Chuck E. Cheese's middle name is?
I do not. No.
Entertainment. Charles
Oh,
Entertainment is his name, the
that's
middle name.
hilarious.
Charles
Charles
and Chuck
Entertainment
Charles
Cheese.
Entertainment Cheese. Yeah, yeah. Oh my
Hilarious.
gosh. Do you all
What?
remember? And welcome to
No.
Claudia as well, an entertaining rat. Now,
Hi, Claudia.
during the beginning of the pandemic, all the businesses were trying to yes, see, Audra knows Charles Entertainment
Mhm.
Cheese. During the
Mhm.
beginning of do you remember there was a story in New York about there was a restaurant on like DoorDash or something, and it was like called Pasquale's Pizza. Now, if you remember, that is the name. Pasquale is the name of the chef at Chuck E. Cheese. It is his pizza, and it was Chuck E. Cheese trying to pass its pizza off as
Oh,
like
that's
a brick and mortar
hilarious.
mom and pop. Like they were trying to stay
That's
open.
so funny. Oh, man, did it
Yeah,
work?
people eventually found out. They were like, "Wait,
Yeah,
this is just Chuck E. Cheese pizza."
it's so weird. That's
Pasquale's.
hilarious.
Oh my
Makes me
god,
laugh.
it's
I like
hilarious.
it. Alright.
Oh man, there is a very funny SNL sketch. They do Chuck E. Cheese often. Benedict Cumberbatch and oh gosh, what's his face? I don't want to describe him. That seems awful. It's the one who does like a lot of the gay campy stuff.
Sure.
First Asian
Bowen Yang?
American. Bowen Yang, and Benedict Cumberbatch do like this avant-garde like fill-in performers at Chuck E.
Right.
Cheese because the robots aren't working. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. It's great.
Hilarious. That's very funny. It's great.
All right, I think we have time for maybe one more Family Feud question. Johnny,
Okay.
welcome. Claudia, welcome. Entertaining Rat. Audra's here. Renee's they're all working together as a Family Feud team. It is in honor of Friday the 13th. What movie would you never watch alone? You can guess your answers. We'll only lock when Renee will be the voice, so she'll lock it in. You can discuss amongst yourselves, amongst the chat.
Absolutely. Well, now, are we looking for titles or genres?
Great question. They're all got to be in the genre of horror, so we want some titles.
Titles.
What
Okay.
movies would you never watch alone?
Never watch
All of the
alone.
movies on this list are very prominent, I will say.
Yeah.
Like you
Okay.
probably, and I know you don't watch them, Renee. So you're like, all of
I
them.
sure do not. This is why. So Audra is going to answer all of these questions. Yeah, and also yes, all of them. Never ever watch a horror movie by yourself. Are you out of your mind? No, never watch it to begin with. Audra is correct. So okay, so Audra's got number 1, which is Halloween.
Well, it's number 4, but yes, Halloween's on there. Boop, boop,
We knew it
boo.
was on the
Halloween,
list.
you're on the board.
Great.
13 people agree. Halloween, we're on there. No X's. What
Terrific.
else?
Terrific. I will say, yeah, Audra, I'll do the wrong ones. You do the right ones. You want to do it that way? You want to split it up that way? Okay. Okay. Well, no, it's fine. Audra and I have a system. I do the wrong ones. She does the right ones. We know what we're doing. Silence of the Lambs.
Okay. Well, you're staying true to your. It's such a good guess.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you your first X. Your first X.
Okay.
Silence of the Lambs.
Was this it? We're working. We have a system. Okay.
You do.
Okay, Audra, and so now it's Audra's turn to do a right one. Friday the 13th.
Okay, Friday the 13th is on the board. It is the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 answer. 9 people said that. So you have Halloween and Friday the 13th. And over to Renee.
Here we go. Back to Renee. Stranger Things.
Okay, all right. We'll have Audra lock in the answers for you guys. We won't count that. We won't count it as an X because it's not even a movie. So don't worry.
It's not even a movie, but it is terrifying, and I do want to make that known every opportunity I get. It is very scary, and they should have warned me before I watched it alone.
No, Renee, I'm sorry.
Because everybody's like, Stranger Things, it's so great. The adjective
no
you use for Stranger
also
Things,
scary.
Terrifying is how you describe that. I didn't like it. Okay, Audra coming in with the third correct answer, The Ring.
We got The Ring. So yeah, Halloween is number 4 answer. The Ring number 5. Friday the 13th number 6. We're still looking for some of those bigger ones.
Big ones.
Classic, game changers. Ones that are so heavily in the zeitgeist.
Audra, do we want to say The Shining?
Ones that that had sequels, maybe even ones that all 3 of these movies have had sequels.
Okay, so maybe Scream.
Boom, Renee, you got it. Number 2 answer. Number 2 answer. Number 2 answer. You got it.
Great.
Game changers.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going with The Shining. I hear The Shining. Your second X. That's okay. You've got 4 out of 6 already, so you're doing great. Some really, really big ones out there. Let's think. You're on the right track with the birds. Like who, like it's in that realm or genre or director who maybe did that movie.
Okay, so Psycho.
You did it. Yes, that's the third answer. We're looking for now just the number 1 answer. You've got 1 X. Absolutely
scary movies ever.
One of the scariest of all times. People always talk about how this movie is like so scary. I think the actress was traumatized after working on it.
Is it the campy one with the camcorder?
Oh,
so they're running through the woods.
Project? No, not that one. So we won't even count that.
The actress was traumatized after use. Okay, so there's an actress. That's the first hint. Okay, traumatized after doing it. We've done Halloween. We've done Friday the 13th. Is it Poltergeist?
So close. Exorcist.
Yeah.
But you're so right. The actress was traumatized too. The Poltergeist cast was like, I think, cursed. They a
lot of people did.
But yeah, Exorcist, Scream, Psycho, Halloween, The Ring, Friday the 13th. Movies you would never want to watch alone, especially on today.
Nope.
Or ever.
Nope. Scary. Spooky. Spooky.
He's smoking. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all did great. That was our family feud for the day. Great job. Thank you for letting me steal your baby, Renee.
Imagine if I was serious about that.
Anytime someone
Uh,
talks about stealing a baby, I always think of sorry, first of all, that doesn't happen often. So I want to
sure.
restate what I'm saying. Oh, every time
Okay.
someone talks about stealing a baby, I think of,
At least. Yeah.
but I always think of this photo of Sally Field in
Not
Not
without my
Without My
daughter.
Daughter.
Not without my daughter.
Have you seen this movie, Not
I
Without
have
My
not.
Daughter?
No. What's
Has
the premise?
anybody seen this movie?
I
I don't
guess.
know. It
Okay.
looks a little like White Woman in Peril in the Middle East, and like
Mm,
she's maybe trying to adopt a child.
okay.
That's what it looks like. I think she
It
won like an
seems.
Oscar.
All right.
I think she
I'll
won an
take it.
Oscar for it. Okay. Last segment of the day. It is time for Forget About It Friday. Forget about it Friday. What are you gonna forget about that did not serve you this week? What are you gonna leave
Yeah.
behind? It's no good for you. You don't need it. Get it out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here, bad thoughts. Yeah, I think I am going to try to forget this notion of like there's no time. I don't have time
Mm.
to work out because I went on a vacation and then I'd say by Wednesday I was like, well, we're back to where we were. Which I don't love. I don't love that. I would love for it to stick a little bit longer. And I think a lot of that is just mindset. And I will
Mm.
be doing so much better if I can figure out how to. It's you got to move, you got to meditate, you got to write every single day. That will fix my entire life, and I do not carve out time for it. So I would love to let go of the when will I? There's so many opportunities, Renee. Just start trying. Just start trying when you're gonna do those things.
I love that. I'm
Thanks.
wondering, I don't, not that you're asking. Well, something that's been helpful for me when I try this is just doing like a little bit out of, I don't know if you're like, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I need like all this time to do all these
Right.
things I want to do.
Yeah.
Maybe just
100%.
like little baby chunks of it at first. I
Yeah.
don't know if that
Yeah.
will.
No, that's exactly what you should do. I'm a very black and white person. So live in that gray, try and fail. We'll get
The
there.
amount of times I've
You know,
heard Renee being like, they're dead to me.
it's not great. I love that I have awareness around it, but it has not stopped it.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Hey, listen, you got the awareness as well. Audra chimed in and said, I'm going to try to let go a little bit. I'm trying to do everything for the money. Oh, it's
Yeah.
hard. It's so hard. Listen,
It's so hard.
especially when you start making it, and if you've ever not had it or not had, it's hard. I also,
Mhm.
everything that Renee was saying earlier, like, originally when I was going to go to LA before the pandemic Lovato started, I was, just going to take my little part-time job in the tech industry with all this debt I had and try to make it work as an actor. And because I had to rest here in LA and in San Francisco for 2 years, and then
Right.
they were like, "Do you want to come full time?" Started making full time money.
Yeah.
Woo wee! I
Yeah.
paid off my debt in 2 years, and so now I'm like used to this income. And similar to like Renee, I'm like, I'm not gonna go without it. Like how
Mm.
I mean, you trade one stress for another, but at least my other
True.
stress is not, of course I have grass is green on the other side. I'm like, was I happier just running around? Like,
Oh,
but I still
100%. Yeah.
somehow had fun. I still went out, like
Yeah.
somehow, but
Totally.
it's
Completely. I
nothing.
think it is, and that is the thing that was explained to me of it's just there's always a huge sacrifice. Whether you're
Yeah.
making money, you are sacrificing your art, and if you're making art, you are sacrificing your sort of comfort of living,
Well, and then
which
too,
may
even
value more.
so, like the industry demands so much. Sonequa Martin
Mhm.
Green was talking about who she's the lead in Star Trek Discovery. She was on Walking Dead. Um, she was talking about how she's the lead of the show and she's working 18-hour days and having to grieve the loss of both of her parents and being a
Mm,
mother. And she was just like, this is not manageable. How am I going to do this? But she was able to. She was saying, this is harvest season, and there's just a lot that needs to be harvest right now. But
right.
yeah, to Renee's point, there's always some sort of sacrifice. Like if you're going after your dreams, it probably means you're sacrificing family time or like the other, others. There's always going to come out with a sacrifice. And it's, I guess, what we're willing to let go of and sacrifice.
Right.
And
Right.
two, maybe it just comes in moments, right? Do
Yeah.
you make like an effort and a point and say, once a month, I'm going to go and get out of town and go on a hike or something, like
Yeah.
if we
Yep.
Can't do it every day or every week. When can we give ourselves those little treats?
Yeah. Great. I absolutely love that. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Audra said, I have a little dream to make in my heart to make some money off of my art again. You will absolutely do it. If you have a dream in your heart, Audra, you will absolutely do it. And I think it's too there will become a moment we're gonna have to take a risk. There always is that moment where you've got to, and you just gotta jump and just know you're talented enough, you're hardworking enough that no matter what, you'll land on your feet. And that was what's supposed to happen. And you'll go on to the next thing. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You'll be fine.
I know sometimes this can be disheartening, but sometimes it can be very comforting. There are so many people less talented than you who are doing it. So you can absolutely do it. You can absolutely do it.
But they took that leap. They jumped out of the airplane. They took that risk and built up that. That's why I'm personally building up a nice little safety parachute, so I can jump out that plane and be like, okay, I got 6 months living expenses. Bye.
You're set.
One thing that I'm gonna forget about is being sick.
I'm so sorry.
Being sick.
Yeah. Can you rest this weekend?
I actually might. I'm supposed to go take the nephews and the nieces to the park, but if I'm sick, I don't know if that's
no.
That's a good.
Let's tuck you in. No, I mean I'm serious because we don't want to get them sick, and you don't want to.
Oh, I know. Especially if it turns out it is over. So I actually might even take the rest of the day off. It'll be hard. Like I have so many meetings planned for today, but I might.
But you're sick. You are sick. Take care of yourself. You probably shouldn't be here right now. I appreciate that the show must go on and you are so professional.
Well, I will tell you that doing this show every day has helped in a way because I think laughter is one of the best medicines. I don't laugh as hard on my other job. I'm not laughing over there.
There's not as many jokes. Yeah.
No. I'm pulling my hair out over there. So this is actually part of, I thought about this morning. I was like, oh, I don't have to do the show, but I was like, it is part of my medicine regimen. I get out of my own head. I'm laughing. I'm, sometimes when you just sit around, you're like, oh, I'm sick. Then you're just in your head thinking about how sick you are. And so it helps to laugh and get it out.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, you all don't forget your homework assignment for Monday for Marvel Movie Monday. It is Age of Ultron, Avengers Age of Ultron. We will get introduced to what we already kind of saw her, the Scarlet Witch, who's all abuzz right now, be hexing people. She doesn't talk like that.
I can't wait. All right.
We'll begin our journey about the Scarlet Witch. There will be not one, but 2 female Avengers now. Finally.
Can't wait. What a good time we're about to have. I love it. When did that one come
last time this came out, I want to say 2015. I think it came out 2015. Okay. So we're almost to the point where we kind of know what we're doing with women, but there's going to be 2 back-to-back moments. Let me see if you can find them where it's just back to back with the women, back to back.
Okay.
And this is the movie where I realize Joss Whedon, I don't think he's who I think he is. And
good job.
He's directing this one.
Okay. Well, good job. Yeah. Good job sniffing that out. Nice work. Okay, we'll look forward to it. All right. Get on uppers. We'll get you on out of here. There is plenty of programming where this came from. You have so many opportunities to keep watching Backchannel. Up next is Anthony Davis. Followed by that is your pal Hal, and we'll be ending the day with Mario Smith.
Well, that sounds like an action-packed afternoon and evening for all of y'all, wherever you are. Now, we're going to be back here on Monday at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 8 a.m. Mountain time, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern time for 2 whole hours. Marvel Movie Monday. Can't wait. Don't forget, if you've not done so already, you can subscribe. So you'll never miss something exciting happening. You'll be the first one to know when it happens. I'm honestly not completely sure what the subscribe button does, but you want to do it. Like and subscribe.
Get in there. Get in there.
Subscriber. And also, don't forget, please leave a review if you haven't done so already. Head over to backchannel.tv. Click leave a review. It helps other people know to find our show about how amazing it is. Let them know how amazing you all are. Be like, and the Get On Uppers are there, and we're great. We be chatting. We be doing the Family Feud. We be doing the most in a good way. So make sure to do all that.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Well, thank you all so much for watching Get On Up. I'm James Arthur M.
Especially Audra. You're the very best. And
Oh,
entertaining that. And
yeah.
Ella, we love you. We love you. You guys are
I'm
the
so glad.
best.
Yes, absolutely. I had meant to give Audra a big shout out. Audra, it was pretty much the three of us today. And
Just hanging out. Thank God for Audra.
thank God for Audra. Yes. Audra, you have a super weekend as well. And big thank you and shout out to our producer, Sarah Brown, who's in the background doing all the things. Great week of shows. Great week of shows. So, all right. Now I'm James Arthur M.
And I'm Renee. And you just got on up. Have a good
Have a
weekend,
good
everybody.
weekend.